Records, baby. Yeah, bringing you the worst music in America. You know it. Hit me on Twitter at Mike Sean Radio. Yeah. I done been to IHOP, I done been to Waffle House, I done been to Diners too. I done been to Mama's house, but I swear nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. Hey, 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 hey. Nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. It's 5 in the morning, still I'm snoring. She's making grits and eggs. She's making those grits. At 5 in the morning, we could only be about to eat 2 things. She's making those grits. Cholesterol is high, but them grits is on my mind. You cook them so good, I can't deny. A heart attack is worth the ride. You make me wanna be home all the time. You're cooking them grits with steak at night. Can't be cooked by no beginner. Grits made by a winner. Them grits make me kiss her. Grits all on my plate. Got my stomach full. Got me feeling great. I gotta kiss her. Grits all on my plate. Got my stomach full. Got me feeling great. I done been to Cracker Barrel. I done been to Cozy Kitchen. I done been to Denny's too. Had some woman try to feed me, but I swear nobody cook grits like you. 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 You better make the grits and make them right. I make you feel so good at night. If you make the grits and make them right, I make you feel so good at night. Just make the grits and make them right. I make you feel so good at night. We the worst records.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Sean wears tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my 6-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Every day. Tight shirts. Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, Michael Sean and We the Worst Records, Pluto, Aristotle, and P. Skills have just destroyed or created another perfectly horrible song. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Sean, Dr. Aaron Smith, Jay Black will be joining us soon. Shortly, I should say. I guess they mean the same damn thing. Good morning. Yeah, we're talking Jimmy Kimmel. We talking Charlie has a holiday. Well, could have a holiday. And some relationship talk. Let me get to all the good mornings. Dr. Smith, what's up? You good? You can hear us? You good? He working on it. He working. He'll be back. Let me get to these good mornings. Good morning. I think Cousin Ash was first. I think. Let me see. Was it? What, Cousin Ash was first. What up? We're not on Twitch today. I forgot to tap it in. My bad. Good morning, Miss Parker. I don't know why the colors aren't as red as they were before. I don't know. Miss Parker, good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, Miss Clark. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me Miss Parker saying good morning to everybody. I see y'all was in the chat getting it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. I said to show up to be with my girls. Okay, all right. Well, all right. Whatever gets you on here. Saying Sean, I see y'all got a whole sisterhood. Hopefully we'll get this meet and greet going on. We missed the entire summer. That was my bad. That was all on me. Good morning to the host of the most, Mike J. Black and Doc. What up? Thank you, dear Miss Parker. Cousin Ash over here saying what's up to Afro Queen. I was singing this before he started. That's great. Yeah, let's go. KT, good morning. What am I listening to? Nobody ain't grits like you. Nobody ain't cook grits like you. Hey. Nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. It's 5 in the morning. Yeah. Stop playing with me. Wait till we make the video for it. Wait till we make Doc. You good now, Doc? You good?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you don't sound your
All
normal
right.
crispy self, but you're all right. You are fine. Until you upgrade, you're good. You're good. You ain't
All
got no
right.
bass in it. I don't know. I know these phones. I know these phones. I know. What's going on? How was your 3-day weekend, which is always a 3-day weekend here to take over Legends?
I was gonna say no. Everything's good. I had a meeting, the board meeting for the James Howe House, first house bought by a freed African in Montclair, New Jersey, and it's still standing. It's like the oldest house owned by African American in the area. So I'm on the board trying to get a historic landmark and all that good stuff. So just doing that educational stuff was
You don't
nice.
you don't sound as full as you normally sound. It's the vocals. It's the audio. There's something
Oh, let me
going
double
like.
check. Maybe it's coming through the phone instead of the car. Or...
See if you can check it out.
Wait. I think I got it. Let me see. How about now?
No, you're still exactly the same. KT, Miss Parker saying KT, Afro Queen, Miss Clark laughing at something. Can't keep up with the jokes. Bam, KT. Make the grits. You gotta make the grits and make them right. I make you feel so good at night. I wish I was home so I could make some. Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't be mad. Well,
Yeah, I was
thank
on
you,
iPhone.
KT.
Now I'm on Bluetooth. But if it didn't change, I'll jump right back on because I saw what it was.
I just might rock and Ezekiel Crop. For those who don't know that reference, Ezekiel Elliott was a running back for the Dallas Cowboys. I made that song back then. That's how long it was, obviously. And he used to wear a crop top, and he would get clowned for the crop top, not to his face because he was a football player, but behind the scenes, when I was on the radio, there were jokes about the crop top situation. So being that I was on a station in Dallas, I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top. Well, that was a good reference, Dallas. I don't know how many people get that outside of Dallas, but
How about now? You hear me now?
No, you still saying I don't know what it is. It's probably the way the
No.
phone.
It was on iPhone, and I switched it over to Bluetooth. But I think because I'm still on, it didn't change the audio yet.
Do you wanna
But
go?
let me jump right back on.
All right. Oh, I didn't mean to cut him off like that. Ashley Newman, what up? What up, Ashley? What's going on there, mama? Mike and Jay Black should definitely ask you and my daughter. Jay Black should definitely jump on because the Eagles won, so he should be amped. You should still be watching every replay, every single thing. Good morning, blessing. I don't know what's going on with the red. The red ain't redding. Why is the red not redding? Miss Shawn, that's the only way to eat them. If I want cream of wheat, I just make cream of wheat. Yeah, there's always a debate about grits. I'm not an expert. I just eat them. No, I don't make them. I just eat them. And then I find out if I don't like them, I don't like them. Something wrong with this color. What's going on with the color here? The color on the let me see something. I really don't want to touch nothing. Something wrong with that color. That color ain't popping the way it's normally popping. I don't know. I don't feel like messing with it. Something ain't popping the way it's normally popping. I don't know. Let's see if Dr. Aaron's vocals. What up?
Hey,
There you go.
I figured it out.
There you go. You're back in the building. Audio is straight. Deshaun, I got it, Mike. It was a topic on the news back then. Oh, okay. All right. So you got it. You got the Ezekiel crop top. All right. I didn't know if that was just a local Dallas Cowboy fanatic, because they same way y'all crazy about them damn Eagles and them damn Giants. That's the way they are about them Cowboys out there. No sugar and grits. I don't know if there's not supposed to be sugar and grits.
Yeah,
I don't
used to
know.
do sugar and grits. I was a child though, but
I don't know. Sugar is bad for you, but sugar
yeah.
is not bad when it comes to taste. I've never had a time when I was like, too much sugar. Ooh, fall back with the sugar. I've never done that. Now that could be my taste buds. I don't know.
That's funny.
I've never been like, ooh, easy on the sugar. Nah, I've been like, like I know I don't put sugar in coffee anymore, but I never complained about having too much. I used to hate the people like, why don't you have some coffee with your sugar? Bitch, shut up and let me drink my coffee. Just relax. I used to hate that. All right, we got tons. Since we've been gone, Disney lost $1 trillion, and then
Oh gosh.
and everybody unsubscribed Hulu and Disney, and people were canceling their timeshares and cruises, and I didn't know there was a lifetime pass that you could buy for Disney. I didn't know there was a lifetime.
Oh yeah, I got family that does that, so I know.
How much is a lifetime pass?
I don't know, because I have other family members that work at Disney, and they were using all the hookups, benefits, and vouchers and everything. Like, I got an aunt that lives right like a couple minutes from Disney, was working in the park, and her nieces were basically like making the most of it. Like, they were always going down there.
Dog, let me tell you something. I don't know, and I've done it. I don't know how Disney normalized the prices to go to it. I don't know how they strategically normalized spending $5,000. I spent more than $5,000 for a family of 4. That wasn't
You stayed in the park though?
I stayed.
You stayed right in the park?
Yeah, we still had to. We were right outside the park. We literally could walk into the park from where we stayed. It was a river and stuff, and we never had to get on the tram. No, we did. We did get on the shuttle from where we went to. But it just amazed me that I saved the money to go for everybody to go, but to normalize that much money for families in America to actually go. Like, I remember after doing it, because I strategically budgeted everything out. And I had to do it because I had to decide, do I want the meal plan with the budget? Is it worth the meal plan, not having the meal plan, and doing it on our own? Come to find out, I did it on my own, and I wound up spending almost to the penny the same amount on the food that I would. I don't know how it happened. So it wasn't a win either way. It was exactly the same thing.
It was a win for Disney.
It was a win for Disney.
He said, "Come back again. Come back again." Well, I saw one sister. She had a $150,000 wedding. She canceled. Maybe, But we just talked about it. Didn't we have the whole thing? I said, let me break down the term. We were talking about shirking, right? And there's other terms for it too. But we were talking about, if everybody just starts acting up a little bit, it could be something as simple as, I'm canceling my subscription. If everybody just does a little bit, what's that movie back in the day, Network? I'm tired as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore, right? And people yelling out the windows, the end of the movie. If everybody's just like, nah, right? I don't care if it's ICE coming up to you. I don't care if it's a cop trying to pull you over. If everybody's just like, I'm not going along with the program. It's only like 30 of y'all that are telling everybody what to do. It's like 400 million of us. It's like 30 people. Really, we only know like 10 of them. Stephen Miller and Trump and Bondi. We only know like 10 people telling everybody what to do. F them. What are they gonna do when you say no? It's the age-old bully punch in the nose. It's the age-old Oz. If you don't believe in it, Matrix waving his hand, the bullet stop. We have the power. And I'm so glad that the tide has turned, because now even the most cynical person looked up and said, Dad, I guess we do have the power to make the country whatever we want to make it. We are the vast majority, and we are holding all the power. They're just bluffing. Trump is 80. He's not going to do nothing. Fat, cankled, orange face is just bluffing.
No, it just amazed me because I said, so let me get this straight. If we don't like the fact that Jeff Bezos is not getting taxed the way he should get taxed, then we just say, until you get taxed the way we think is fair, we'll no longer purchase anything off of Amazon.
Oh no, you shut down in a week. Yeah.
It would be.
I saw,
Jay, I don't know how to get the red color on the comments. I don't know why it's not red. Jay Black is in the building. I don't know what the color or whatever. But I thought,
shout out Trendsetter. Congratulations.
What color
it's
you said?
official
You want?
Trendsetter. No, red, but it's not as bright red as normally is. I don't know what I don't know. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe my background isn't dark. I have my background dark. Well, keep it like that. That's fine. Trendsetter, congratulations. Sirius XM, Hip Hop Nation, blessings. Good, congratulations.
Hey, doing it.
Go ahead, homie.
Nice.
That's super dope. But when I saw the Hulu and Disney, when I saw the immediate effect, I said, wait a second. And it's dumb because we always knew this, but you've been saying it. So we want people to get taxed. Okay, we won't purchase your stuff till you pay your taxes. We ain't got to go through votes. We ain't got to try and get Congress on our side. We ain't got to try to get lobbyists on our side. We'll just say, okay, hey, Amazon, we're not going to mess with you anymore.
Yeah. And all that other stuff is nice. All that other stuff does make change. But like you said, not as fast as the money. Contacting your Congress people, all that's real good. Getting bills drafted. But we cracked the code. We saw through the matrix and the cheat code has been revealed. If the money gets affected, all that stuff they say, oh, it takes a month. You got to pass through a bill. It don't take nothing but the stock price to go down. That's what it takes.
And the funny thing is, we could just all unsubscribe our Amazon streaming. All right,
they didn't even listen to the president. The president said, I don't want him on, but the stock prices said, bring him back. You saw what they listened to. The world will never be the same. The president, who has the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Black Ops, once that money went down, all them so-called punks at Disney was like, bro, we got love for you. We can't. You understand, right?
You're right. Everybody said no, and then this happened. Everybody said no. We're not messing with you.
News on a story we brought you at the top of the show. Jimmy Kimmel will return to his late night show tomorrow. That is according to a statement just released by the Walt Disney Company. Kimmel, as you know, was suspended last week following comments about the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. NBC News correspondent Liz Kreutz is back with us. Liz, what did the Disney Company say in this statement?
Kate, I mean, we're getting this statement now 5 days after they suspended Jimmy Kimmel, and they have been silent since they made that announcement on Wednesday. And now we have a statement from the Walt Disney Company. They say last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we have reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. So Jimmy Kimmel will be back on the air. Kate, the big question will be, what does he say tomorrow night? Does he issue an apology?
We are following breaking news.
So let me tell you the only thing worse. And we don't know till we see Jimmy. We don't know till Jimmy gets back on. And I'm not a huge fan of Jimmy Kimmel. I'm more the principal of this whole thing. The worst thing you can do is take somebody off and tell them, well, reason they're taking you off because we don't like what you say, and then bring them back. And if he doesn't apologize, you may have created something even worse. If he says, y'all can't take me off. Now, I don't know how gangster he's going to be about it. At this point, listen, I've never made the money Jimmy Kimmel made, but immediately, even though he should have done this before, immediately when this happened, I would have went to my financial advisors and we would have had a 10-hour meeting. Am I good for the rest of my life? Is the money I made good for the rest of everything I wanted to achieve? Have I achieved it? Because that dictates how gangster you're going to be when you come back.
Do I really need this?
Because if I really don't need this, what you did was create a monster. He just was shown that America got him. Y'all just empowered him. Y'all just, if you didn't because believe it or not, no matter how much you're on TV, no matter how much you're on radio, sometimes you really don't know how much people fuck with you. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
Until
you
you're
go out
off.
until you go out in the street and people like, yo, you're like, wow. Or till you do an event, you go like, and it's your event, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, all these people really. Y'all may have empowered this man to come on that microphone and say to himself, this is my last show. This is where it ends. Because I'm about to go ham on these people now. I'm about to, and guess what? They can't even pull the plug, because if they pull the plug, America will explode, because Americans will just be sitting by their TV. You know, the last time a late night talk show on regular TV, terrestrial TV, had this much heat coming that a show's about to come on? Do you know how many people are going to have their TV on? Tonight's the night he comes back, right, Tuesday?
Tonight.
Yeah, I'm watching that. I want to see that monologue.
Do you know the propaganda that every network, every affiliate is going to say, don't forget? I guess he comes on at 10 or 11. I have no idea.
11:30, something like that.
Do you know the propaganda that they're spreading? Do you know the commercial time that is being sold to be on Jimmy Kimmel? Do you know how the rates have changed if you want to get on there right now?
Tonight, yeah. I ain't even thinking about
and he's
that.
suing.
He also supposedly launched a $1 billion wrongful termination suit against his contract. Could that be also why they brought him back? That makes you say, huh? No, that could definitely be. But you also know that they have the power to stretch a court, any lawsuit out for years. But I'm sure that
the lawsuit's going to be over once they bring him back. That's part of the behind the scenes conversation.
Yeah,
that was part of the conversation.
You dropped that.
And I'm sure, but I'm sure there's probably some bumps and some payments and some there's some money to win, but it wasn't nothing like the billions they was losing. I can get Jimmy whatever he want.
And what are the stipulations now? What did he say? Okay, since I see how y'all treated my last contract, do you know them lawyers must have been like, we're gonna make sure this is stuff that we're gonna put in this contract that if they do this, this happens. If they do that, because I'm sure Disney was trying to do the same thing to him.
Was there a point that you said?
So I like, this is a monster. This is still mindless, but it has meaning to it because we don't care about it.
It's the beginning of the end for, like you used to say, the evil empire. That's the real story is, because there are people who don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. There are people who don't like something Jimmy Kimmel said. The fact that people were sophisticated enough collectively to be like, this is so much bigger than black and white late night television entertainment, Jimmy Kimmel, or anything else. This is about freedom. And enough people finally got the real essence of the conflict and were like, you know what? I don't care if I watch this show or not. I don't care if I like Jimmy Kimmel or not. I don't care if I'm Republican or Democrat. I do not like the idea of people not having free speech and the Constitution being destroyed in front of my eyes. I'm not taking it. And that's the beauty of it. And people realize their power. And now there's nothing a bully can do. Once the bully gets punched, it's over. Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas. Once we saw him fall, Roger Bannister, the first person to run the sub-whatever-minute mile. Once they saw him do it, everybody started running the same type times, even women running for some. Before that, they said nobody can ever do it. We couldn't conceptualize somebody standing up to Trump and winning. Now we saw the regular people stand up and punch this bully in the nose, pull this curtain back. Richard Pryor is with the megaphone. The Wiz is a fake. We all see it now. What's he gonna do to Jimmy now? He was talking so crazy. He was tweeting, get rid of him. I'm so glad he's gone. Next is The View. He was making threats. He had an op list. He's done. Just go ahead and move on.
And you know was the irony? There's so many different ironies to this. Is that what will get people kicked up to actually protest? And it won't be taking your health insurance. Like it won't be taking your health insurance, which should have had everybody in the streets.
Or snatching people off the streets.
It won't be snatching people off the streets without giving them due process. It won't. You know what it'd be? Take down TikTok or cut Jimmy off.
And Jimmy. See, but that's what people think that they could estimate based on data and all that. there's some that's why people can't predict the market. You know, they always say market sentiment, right? Like the feeling in the market. Because they say, well, the numbers predict this, and the numbers say that last year at this time. That's why people lose their shirt every day in the market because they think they can just look at the numbers and the patterns, and that they know where it's gonna go. And then, like you said, somebody says something crazy online, so these little Labubu dolls come out. Something happens where it's like, oh, there's no way to know because it's an organic thing, and we are all just people. So you thought you knew how to control people, and you had the tyranny playbook. First we do this, then we shut down the press. Then, okay, take all those steps of tyranny, but like you said, the third rail, ironically, was none of that other stuff. It was this talk show guy. You messed around with late night TV. Now we're really mad.
Now we're pissed. So wait a second.
And that's when I knew it wasn't going to work, because it's too many people with too much freedom and too many opinions, and we're too different to think you're going to control us all. You're not. And I said before, it only takes 1 or 2 people to be a lone wolf that could take 10 of them out in a day. They can go to an inauguration when you rigged the midterm election, and they see that they didn't get a fair shot to get heard. You did a Putin routine, and the same way Obama was out there waving, they'll be out there spraying. That's all it'll take is one crazy person out of 500 million people, and we saw what just happened with Charlie. You play if you want. I would not try to take over America and be on the inside. I would not try to take anybody's guns or anybody's liberties, because I saw what happened to the Native Americans. I saw what happened to Africans. I saw what happened to Mexicans. I saw Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You are playing with the wrong nation. Go to any place else in the world and try to take over instead of here. I promise you. But keep it up. It's going to be fun to watch.
So, and I did a joke. I remember the good old days with Trump the first time when all we had to do was ignore his advice when he said, take the bleach. For COVID, right? I said, all we had to do was say, that was the good old days when we just said, nah, we ain't doing that. And that was the good old days. Nah, I'm good on that. You go ahead. And when he dragged the white lady in the press conference on the side of the wall, said, ain't we researching that? And I've never saw that white lady again. The white lady she was like, oh. She didn't even know how to get in. She was like, "Oh, we can."
She distanced herself after that.
Yeah, she disappeared. She was gone. Well, he's back at
it. She at Disney. She went to Disney.
She working at Disney. Well, I've never seen that white woman's face ever again. For some reason, she stuck out because I remember him pointing, and she was against the wall, and he was like, "Isn't that right? Aren't we testing?" And she was like, "Testing? I guess."
Bleach?
We can on rats. She didn't co-sign. She said everything except yup. But he don't learn. He's back at it with RFK. And
yeah, Tylenol.
And I don't know how I can't be the only one who picked up on the craziest thing. He said a lot of craziest things. So I'm gonna say top 100 crazy things. There was one thing he said after he said the thing that he believes, right? There was one thing he said at the end that just caught me. So let me get this. This is his Tylenol thing. I know Tylenol was like, what the fuck?
Throw me in the chat to upgrade while you play the clip, so I can watch the clip in the green room.
All right. Let me. Oh, you got it. All right. So this is what he says about Tylenol, and then I just want you to see if y'all peep. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe
Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe, but don't take it. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. And don't give it to the baby after the baby is born. That there are certain groups of people that don't take vaccines and don't take any pills that have no autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently, is that a correct statement, by the way?
There are some studies. Dog, he just made a blunt statement with all his heart, with everything to the country. He just said it with passion, and he said it as a fact. A fact. And then he turned around and he says this. There are some studies that suggest that, yeah. He said, wait, let me move it back. He says
Correct
this
statement, by the way.
He wants verification on what he just said is a correct statement.
That have no autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently, is that a correct statement, by the way?
How do you say this and then ask? How do you say this and then turn around and go, is that a correct statement, by the way? What?
That sound about right to you?
What?
He's a piece of shit. Okay, Stace.
What are we talking about? Dog. Dog, you just told us. You just what?
You dumbass nigga.
What? I don't even understand how people
He
allow
made a
this.
statement that he didn't know if it was factual.
Does that tell you something? That's currently. Is that a correct statement, by the way?
What?
There are some studies that suggest that.
He said, and then Muffle Mouth, Muffle Mouth comes in and says, "Oh, there are some studies that."
This is y'all leader.
You gotta laugh.
That have no autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently. Is that a correct statement, by the way?
There are some studies that suggest that, yeah, with the Amish, for example.
The Amish, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians.
How did the Amish? There is some good statements that you know, the Amish seem to be very, very healthy. Oh, the Amish. You know, when did the Amish become? No disrespect to the Amish, but when did the Amish become our go-to on what medicine and what vaccines should be used? And I don't know about vaccines, y'all. I have no information.
Asked that she don't trust any of those meds, and he's probably beefing with Tylenol behind the scenes. It could be something going on for him to say don't take Tylenol so adamantly.
But my point is, listen, I'm not even saying they couldn't be right. He got that from a current lawsuit. When it comes to autism, it's been a motion for 3 years. Doctors from Johns Hopkins found a connection.
Found a connection or no connection?
And it found a connection. Okay. And if they found a connection,
the use of
if they found a connection, then say they found a connection. Don't say everything you just said about Tylenol.
Don't take any pills that have no autism. That have no autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently. Is that a correct statement, by the way?
No.
There are some studies that suggest that, yeah, with the Amish, for example.
The Amish, effective.
This guy just get. I know this. I know this is nothing new. He'll say anything. And the scary part is he's talking about vaccines, which is of utmost importance for people. Americans want to know, have we been taking vaccines we shouldn't be taking? Should we take vaccines? We need some educator, some expert to tell us where, because we don't know.
Didn't it always say with Tylenol, though, when you're pregnant to check with your physician? I think it was always standard with that. And Miss Clark is saying he shouldn't be saying Tylenol. He should be saying acetaminophen. Don't focus on Tylenol. Focus on what's in it, because that's the ingredients. Is what I guess what the concern is.
All I know is people around the world come to this country and laugh about what the shit we're taking. Again, you know that's illegal in our country. I've met people, that's illegal in our country. That isn't even that ain't even on the shelf. I don't even know. So now it's Tylenol as opposed to the vaccines. Tylenol was like, where were these straight bullets? I thought you meant stray bullets coming from. Tylenol technically has been the safest pain medication for pregnant women. Asha, I take your word for it.
Mike, you should use this soundbite.
Yeah, I need to grab that one. Every time I say something, that is right. That is a fact. That is. Yeah, the Amish. We have done some studies with the Amish. And do you realize how serious vaccines are? Like the topic on what I mean, people are really discussing this, thinking that they making us sicker? Are they causing things? They're doing studies from comparing human beings and their health from the 30s and 40s. And this guy says something and then turns around and says, that is right? That's like me telling Jay Black that I found out something about his wife. And I say it, Jay, I know this. And then I turn around and go, and I look at mine and go, that is right. That is what she did.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Nigga, you just said it.
You just said it with your chest.
It's a hot button topic for KT. She said she don't like this, man. There's a trigger for her.
I didn't watch because I knew it was all going to be lies. Autism is genetic and possibly environmental. And KT, I don't know enough. I don't know 2%. to comment on it. All I know is that everybody and American citizens are worried about it and would like to know the truth and would like to know what we can do, what we shouldn't do, what everybody wants to know. Not co-signing him, but I read years ago that pregnant women should not take Tylenol. And I mean, I heard this years ago. And Ash, I understand it. I get it. We hear millions of things all the time. My thing is, if you're the leader of the free world, if you're the leader, you can't say what you said and then ask a question in front of everybody. That is correct, isn't it?
That is.
And y'all have the nerve to complain about Sleepy Joe.
Does he realize the power of his voice and what he says, that people take it as Bible, take it as the truth? Or does he just not care? Because with that power, don't you got to be responsible and be mindful of your work? I guess who am I talking about, though?
They told Spider-Man that. Didn't they tell Spider-Man that? With real power.
That was great responsibility.
That was great responsibility. Didn't they tell Spider?
Yeah, no, it's just crazy to say something like that, knowing that not everyone, half the world hangs on his word. They believe whatever he says. They defend whatever he does. And to say stuff like that.
I don't have that part. That's why I kept saying Tylenol. I think that's why I said Tylenol. Amish people got good weed. Don't ask me how I know, but I know. Billy Day, if you were talking about weed, I would believe you. I'd be like, if you're going to refer to the Amish about weed for some reason, I would believe that, they could have good weed. They really, because they're like one with nature from what I know. They don't deal with technology and shit like that. Maybe that's all they do. I just seen that on the news last night, Talent Tribute to Autism. They said there are no studies that have proven that. RFK is a personal injury attorney that sues drug companies. It's another grifter for them. The felon literally stated guidance that has been said by every doctor to every pregnant woman for decades. But once again, I am not here. I don't know. All I know is that when you state something, you should never, after you state it in front of millions of people, say that is right. You should never say that. Correlation was found, not cause. There's a big difference. Correlation was found, not the cause, I guess. Yes. Morning, Team Butch. Morning. Miss Lady Q. What's going on, Miss Parker? Because I'm still not messing with it. This like holistic and natural remedies. It's been said they've left out a lot of test results when it came to Tylenol and pregnancy. Listen, I have no expertise. I have very little expertise in anything. And this one, I definitely don't. The Amish live off the land, clean air, and not stressful environment. You think that has something to do with them being healthier? Maybe. But you know what? I put Asha's comment up there, right? Like when you said that comment, you didn't put at the end? You didn't put, that is right? That is right. Like you didn't put that. You didn't put that.
That is right.
You made a statement. You stood by it. I don't know. Let's bring Doc in here. Doc's upgrading is getting fast. Doc is speeding up in there. We need someone to explain the connection between vaccines, and I don't even want to try to work. I mess and autism. Ms. Clark, I don't know.
Well, people have been saying the vaccine connects for a long time. I think it's the Tylenol one that took the people by storm, especially since he couldn't pronounce the word. But yeah, I think that.
But you listen,
a long time been saying vaccines and.
But you listen to what my beef was you can't turn around after you say all that and say, "Is that right?" That is right, right? Did you see that part of the show?
Yeah, right. They make a statement and then act.
Did you see that, Doc?
No, that part I missed. What happened?
All right. Let me just play this one more time and just show you what he says after he goes on a rant, and no, his confidence is amazing. But that's something that I don't want to compliment him. Watch his confidence through the whole.
Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe. But don't take it. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. And don't give it to the baby after the baby is born. That there are certain groups of people that don't take vaccines and don't take any pills that have no autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently. Right. Is that a correct statement, by the way?
That part. That part right there. He said people don't take vaccines and they're totally healthy. This is
Does that tell you something? That's currently. Is that a correct statement, by the way?
Is that correct?
There are some studies.
There are some
The
studies.
Amish, effective immediately.
The Amish. They refer to the Amish for the first time I've ever seen a president. I've never seen it. I'm sure the Amish have been referred to at some point. I believe that in anything that has to do with vaccines, I don't know if I've ever heard anybody refer to the Amish, and I know I've never heard a president ask if what I just said was a fact. What I just said actually real, y'all? Am I really? Can somebody help me out here? I am right? I am right. I'm right. So this
mouth, mother.
Muffle mouth.
Yeah, muffle mouth is over there. And listen, I don't know what the vaccines have done. I don't know. I don't know if they've caused harm.
Blatantly fabricating science.
I don't know. All I know is a lot of people have things to say about it. And a lot of people are worried that this is more to do with money than it has to do with saving people. Is a gentleman, let me see.
Parents typically give babies both.
Here, there's a doc that's suing the CDC. Wait till the end of this, and this guy, he's suing the CDC. This doctor said, I ran tests.
Bias present. Meet the doctor suing the CDC.
Study was on every baby born into my practice, so not the whole practice. I wanted a nice, clean sample. You start at birth, and then you look at the difference in all health outcomes, which they never study that. The CDC should, but they never do. Look at all health outcomes comparing vaccinated, and in my case, they were verily vaccinated, not CDC vaccinated, to completely unvaccinated, and see the difference. And we published that study, and within days of that study being published, and I see it on your screen, you're seeing the title of that study. Within days, I lost my license. I got a phone call from my attorney. He said, Paul, don't go into the office. Don't call any patients. Don't write any prescriptions. Your license has been emergently suspended. And I said, why? He says, well, they had an emergency meeting, and you are a threat to public health.
For doing science, for saying, hey, I see a problem. I'm just showing you the data.
Right.
I have a very large practice. I can show you the kids. I can show you all that data. And it's saying what it's saying, and that makes me dangerous.
Right.
Here's some of the data, just so all of you can see it. I mean, look at this. You've got asthma. Look, the red line is those that are vaccinated. The blue line that are unvaccinated. Allergic rhinitis. I mean, they're all through the roof. Breathing issues. ADHD. Look at that. I mean, it's almost completely a vaccine injury. Respiratory infections. Ear pain. Eye disorders. Eczema. Something that our poor kids. And by the way, eczema. My understanding is eczema used to be considered a vaccine injury, really. Like, if they started getting a rash, it would be like, don't vaccinate.
Don't vaccinate. Yeah, you go back 40 years and 50 years ago, that's absolutely true. We have since been trained, pediatricians today are trained that eczema has nothing to do with vaccines.
That's crazy.
And in fact, all these things that have shown with statistical significance in a very well done peer-reviewed study that these are directly related, right? So we have three major categories of injury. We have the allergic, which is your eczema, your allergies, your asthma. We have neurodevelopment, so language, speech, behavior issues, autism, ADD, ADHD. There was no ADD or ADHD in the unvaxxed. Zero.
He published those in a report, and his medical license was revoked days later. Why? Because he had a potential bias, because he knew which patients were vaccinated and which patients were unvaccinated, and so therefore could diagnose them according to his own bias. And you know what? Fair enough. That's science. It's pretty rigorous. But what he's saying is, the reason I'm doing this is because the CDC should be doing this trial, and you're not. And how do they reward him? They remove his medical license. I do wonder if his results had proven that the vaccinated kids were incredibly so much more healthy. I wonder if his license would have been revoked. So his study was thrown out for potential bias. But you're telling me that in all the decades of vaccine safety studies, there's been no bias present whatsoever by those conducting the studies, and that maybe that's why there's 1,500 pharmaceutical lobbyists in Washington, D.C., making sure that there's no bias present when they're conducting these studies.
I just know that they are a lot of lobbyists lobbying for pharmaceutical companies who make money off these vaccines. And our last interaction with vaccines were during COVID. And they're still selling them every night on TV. I see the commercials every night. Now they do a combo package. They say if you get your flu shot, you can get the COVID vaccine with it. It's a number one. It's like going to McDonald's. Get a number one. You'll get the COVID vaccine and the flu shot. Do I know what's true? I don't. But that's the scary part.
If I did, I wouldn't say it. Since they snatched those licenses, I'm trying to keep living and keep teaching.
I don't know, and they don't want you to know.
Well, if you do know, they don't want you to say. That's
And
the
they
other
don't
part.
say it.
It's obviously a Truman Show curtain wall to what kind of level of truth is acceptable. Whether it's the Dr. King corner, the Kennedy corner, the Abraham Lincoln corner, or the doctor just lost his license, people see the parameters of truth. And if you want to keep living in Oz and the Matrix and enjoy yourself, you better stay in line and stick to the script. And follow the yellow brick road. We all know the game. I told you 9/11, I was off script, and my family let me know, and everybody let me know. I don't care if it's true or not. You better stop talking like that.
And now you see, if I put up all the 9/11 stories, the stories that are factual on who made money off of the World Trade Center go down, who actually did it, who actually was in the story was so I couldn't. We can do a week of just the clips I had that I just go like, this is ridiculous. Ms. Clark, so far the studies were saying those were not causes. Then the idiot came out and shut down the scientists. And speaking of the CDC, did they fire everybody from CDC?
Yeah, they're not a real reliable source either. So I'm not looking to trust Tylenol, the CDC, or Donald Trump. If you want my personal opinion, like none of them is like credible sources. Like.
They're playing on our emotions of families with autistic children and once again blaming women for causing it in their children.
Stop taking Tylenol. It's your fault, ladies. He said, y'all stop taking it. And apparently, Asha said Tylenol might be suing because he said that, though.
I mean,
yes, no, definitely.
They have no choice but to sue. They have no choice.
They just joked about that on the late night show. They call it now known as Plaintiff A. Like it's on now. And one guy said right when that announcement came out, he said, get your puts in, like get your stock plans in because, the price is going to go down. You can sell it later. They was telling people, this is a buying opportunity. Like the dip was coming because you got the president saying don't buy a product directly out of his mouth. They knew it was going to impact the price of the stock and people can make some good money off that.
It's the most. I mean, listen. We can't even get real organic vegetables. No, because they are spraying them now from a loophole in the FDA. I don't even know. I just ate 5 guys. Who am I?
This is the new. He just found out about Tylenol. Good morning, Africa. BC is up all the way from
what's
Africa.
Going on?
Hope you got that money I sent them. Sent them a couple $1,000s a couple weeks last week. Hope you got all that money.
which equates to like $40 American dollars. So yeah, I get it. Goodness gracious.
I sent that.
The gag is that RFK's daddy, what was the word? I know they did lobotomized his sister in the 40s. Yeah, and that's true. And when they went wrong, they locked her away. My mom worked with several autistic people in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Their parents. It's
been around. It's been around. Eczema definitely.
Eczema is an allergic response to stuff we ingest. I never even considered vaccines. God bless. And you know what? People who don't consider them, I have no problem with it.
Misusing statistics is annoying.
People who do take them, I have no problem with it. You make a choice. This is why I said I agree. But go ahead.
No, but what she said about people misusing the statistics is annoying. It made me think with them taking his license, I guess they want to vet what he came up with before you start putting that out to the world, because that can sway someone to not do something or do something that could cause more harm. So I guess they want to control these independent studies. So I guess there is some basis to that, right? You just can't put this out that can mislead people without having some type of scientific facts that the FDA or these CDC people to all verify, right?
No, because you have to have facts that what he said was wrong. First, you have to fight that it's called the system. You can't silence somebody. You got to prove what they're saying is wrong. You can't just silence people.
But you shouldn't be able to just put stuff out because you hear a doctor put this out. I can see me. So, well, that's a doctor. He did a study and research. I got to trust that. And it could be misleading. It could be wrong. It could not be right? And I don't know.
Yes, you are right, but then you have to go by the system and you say, okay, we're gonna prove this is wrong. You swiped his license without proving what he said was wrong. That, my friends, is worrisome also. Then prove it's not.
If his facts are wrong, you remove his study, not his license.
Tylenol will not file a lawsuit because they are currently in a lawsuit about this. They're fighting in court right now, and that could be a reason why they would file a lawsuit, because you could be making that lawsuit. You could be creating a bias against them in court. That might be why they would file the lawsuit. They don't even like you use things with nickels in Italy. They don't even let you use things with nickel in Italy. Meanwhile, our braces over here have nickel metals in them. I know my son had autism from conception. I took no Tylenol and had been on a delayed vaccine scheduled from birth, and I peeped it before he had the MMR. Okay, I believe in genetics, and I don't know. No flu shot for me. They said there's some flu in that shot. Everyone I know that gets it gets sick.
Yeah, I ain't think
that's how vaccines work.
We gotta look who's invested in the drugs that are now claiming. Jay Black, how was $3.5 million donation?
Hey, I donated.
Yeah.
Speaking of donation, did we show some love for the lady that donated to the black colleges? Did y'all show love to her?
No, I didn't see that. Let me know.
Oh, let me share this screen. We gotta show some love. Billionaire Mackenzie Scott donated $70 million to the United Negro College for all HBCUs.
God bless her.
Is that Bezos' ex?
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. CNN posted this. I saw this.
Look like his
So she gave up $70 million.
Probably just to piss Jeff Bezos off.
She might have a little situation, Mike. I don't know who she dating now. You know, he might be pillow talking like, yo, that's what you need to do.
There's still some good white tees out there. We still got some good white folks out there.
If you really love me, you guys show me. You know, somebody's talking that talk to her like, yo, come over here for a second. That's what I want you to do.
Well, God bless her. We do got some good. We still got some good. We do. We absolutely got them on this show. But the hater that I am, just when you get happy, just when you get happy, a train situation happened. Just when little train situation.
Said she didn't like the way I was. This white woman said she didn't. This white woman said she didn't like the way I was sitting on the train. So you call the police. You call the police to arrest the one black dude on the train. I haven't done anything illegal.
Let's go.
I haven't done anything illegal. I haven't done anything illegal. I am sitting on a train, and one white woman didn't like my presence. Resisting what? Resisting what? What are you trying to arrest me for? I was sitting on a train. I was sitting on a train, and you're trying to arrest me for what? Can I not even know what you're trying to arrest me for? Because a white woman, this white woman, resisting what? Am I being arrested?
Oh, let me play her.
This went down in New York City. So Alex O'Keefe, he is an award-winning screenwriter for FX The Bear and a former speechwriter for Senators Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey, was handcuffed and pulled off a train. And why? Because a white woman decided she didn't like the way he was sitting. Instead of de-escalating, police stopped the train, dragged him off, and detained him. He was interrogated, humiliated, and then released. This isn't just about one woman's complaint. It's about law enforcement treating a black man like a threat over posture. Where is the accountability? Who were these officers? Why are they not being disciplined? And let's be clear, if O'Keefe wasn't a nationally recognized writer, would this story even make headlines? We need answers. We need the names of those officers, and we need to know why they haven't been disciplined. And let's not sugarcoat it. This is racist. I am so sick of seeing black men criminalized because someone decided to make a phone call instead of minding their business.
So she makes valid points. The old lady caught the wrong one, but she's not going to get affected. The conductor probably lose his job. Those cops are going to catch the loss. Hello, guys, on the panel. Are you ready? Hello,
Mexican was that Menace? Okay, good morning.
So I watched The Bear. That's one of my favorite shows. But also him being a speechwriter for Elizabeth Warren and all that. So the lawsuits are going to come. But look, I experienced this at my job. Somebody said we celebrated Charlie Kirk getting shot. Somebody literally went on, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, went on and put a complaint that we celebrate. First of all, I didn't care enough to celebrate.
Charlie Kirk getting murked.
I didn't care enough.
You got to dance too. Yeah.
But it didn't stop there. It didn't. I mean, you know, since we gonna play. I mean, that's bad enough. You know, Starbucks jumped into the fray again.
Starbucks,
you know,
okay.
Good old Starbucks.
I'd say they back in some. They should.
Starbucks jumps into the fray, and you know, Starbucks is always good. Don't you just sit around like everybody else at Starbucks with your laptop open. Remember that happened in Philly. Don't just sit around and wait.
That's why I'm waiting to see this clip. I'm like, what they talking about?
There's another one. Seems like something allegedly was written on a coffee cup. Was written on the tag on a coffee cup.
Garrison just literally Emmett Till the hell out of Starbucks. And what I mean by that is this white woman lied and said that a worker at Starbucks wrote loser on her cup instead of Charlie.
Loser.
And she didn't realize that in the year 2025, on Beyonce's internet, right, on Blue Ivy's Wi-Fi, that you can literally have cameras in your store and see exactly what the employees are doing, even what they're writing on the cups. The footage was reviewed, and no, ain't no worker put loser on the damn cup. Jacqueline did. Her son came over there with her damn camera, or her husband, or whoever the hell it was, came over there with that damn camera, filmed himself confronting Starbucks workers. Come to find out it was all a ruse. That white woman lied to start a goddamn race war over a Starbucks cup that said loser. This is insane, bro. Jacqueline Garrison just literally Emmett Till.
They have the footage of the dude wilding out and throwing cups down. And I'm just
Jacqueline Garrison.
Look, I'm ready to put, if you find it, you can send it to me. I'll play it.
They crashing out because they can't get their preferred name called out.
I saw the one white girl where she's like, no, we don't do the last names, it's political. And the lady was mad, tried to get her upset, and the little white girl, she was dope. She smiled. It's okay, sorry. Enjoy your day. But I guess they wanted them to write Charlie Kirk's name on the cups. But I didn't see that clip of them writing loser and all that.
Hey man, what you gonna do? Hey, I watched Bad Bunny this weekend. What you want me to do? I had a good time. I watched Bad Bunny.
It's a conservative podcast and everything too.
Yeah, he stepped on in there, and then
I put some links in the things you can see her.
So we got that. So and then we'll get to some relationship stuff and Charlie's holiday, and we'll get to Jasmine Crockett. Actually, there's a weird thing going on, and I hope I can explain this correctly. Where people have been talked about who don't want to support Democrats, who aren't
they
white.
shut the store down. Okay.
Who aren't white. Yeah, they the whole thing went crazy, and a lot of people are demonized when they say things like, you know, we keep voting for Democrats and Democrats don't do anything. The Democrats are just as bad, and people get demonized for saying that. People get demonized for saying, what did Obama do for black people? People get demonized for and people be like, they're not on our team. They're not on our team. I think it's interesting to watch Republicans going through the same thing, saying that Republicans aren't on their team. I thought it was fascinating when a guy who we don't agree with, Nick Fuentes, had something to say about the Republican Party. And when I played this video, it reminded me a lot of when somebody who doesn't mess with the Republicans, but also doesn't mess with the Democrats, there was a lot of similarities on him trying to say they're not on our team either. And I thought it was I thought it was interesting. For me, I thought it was interesting. Watch him speak and try and shed some clarity.
Report. Whoa, he's better than the Democrats. For who? For who? Trump is better than the Democrats for Israel, for the oil and gas industry, for Silicon Valley, for Wall Street. Is he really better for us? I don't think so. My student loans got like reactivated or something. You know what Biden did? Biden made it so that medical debt doesn't go on your credit report. That was good for me. Biden tried to forgive the student loans. That was good for me. Now, I'm not saying vote for Biden. I'm not saying vote for anyone in particular. Don't you understand? I'm saying Republicans want you to eat a shit sandwich and be okay with it because you're taking one for the team. Ben Shapiro is going to sit there and say, Israel needs $25 billion, but if you expect me to forgive your student loans, well, that's not basic economics. He's taking his own side. Get it? We are supposed to take their side. We're supposed to have this team player. I'll vote for Republican no matter what. Oh, okay, you won't forgive my student loans? Okay, well, that's because the free market said so. The free market says that Republicans have enough money to bomb Iran, but not enough money to pay for my student loans. And I'm going to vote for that because I'm an idiot, because I'm a sucker, because I like getting raped. I like when my money's taken from me. I like being screwed. Like, that's you. You're a fucking cuck. You understand? You're a fucking loser. Like, do you get it? You're sitting there rationalizing like nothing has gotten better for us. Nothing has gotten better for us at all. At all. They changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico on the map. They're changing the name of the Pentagon to the Department of War. They bought a 10% stake in Intel. They're bringing in all these visas. They're bombing Iran. Trump, I've seen what you could do for others. Bless me in the same way. They won't do it. You vote to get screwed and you think you're on the team?
I've heard that exact sentiment for people who were told, well, they're better than the Republicans. So now the Republicans are saying the same thing. So they're better than the Democrats. You're still getting screwed in the end. This wake up call is happening in a weird way. It's not happening exactly the way a movie would be written out, where everybody just comes together, just says, hey, no, we still have division, we still have racism, but both sides are starting to figure out on both their sides that they're both being screwed by the same gang who makes believe they're divided. Mm-hmm. And then they badger you when you say, I'm not voting for either one of them. And they go, well, your vote means that they won. No, it means that I'm aware that I'm getting screwed by both sides. And you want me to pick the what? And I'm not telling you to vote for whoever. I'm not even telling you not to vote. What I'm trying to tell you is it's very interesting that people are becoming aware of the same thing, even though morally they are on opposite sides about crucial things like people being treated like human beings. They're still being alerted and they're still starting to go, wait a second. I just thought that every time we see one of our when people are saying, oh, this Democrat's for it, and then we find out that this Democrat is sitting up there cozying up to Israel, because at the end of the day, everybody's realizing who's running this country. Everybody's realizing it. They're in a frenzy over social media because he's made about 3 comments. What's his name again? Because I messed up his name on purpose. Now I can't even say it. Netanyahu. Netanyahu has over and over responded to social media saying we didn't have anything to do with it. Why is he responding to TikTok?
That protest is too much.
This man is up in arms about TikTok, about Charlie Kirk, because the information from both sides, from people on both sides, not the actual politicians, just normal human beings who have labeled themselves Democrats or Republicans, are going back and forth. And the similar thing they keep going is, every time we look at something, it doesn't make any sense that we have to do this for you.
And it doesn't make sense that his real name ain't even Netanyahu, because you know
It's
all them
not his name.
got them fake names, Milikowski, and all these people from Poland and Ukraine and Argentina changed their names to sound more like they from the region. Every last one of them, some frauds. That's crazy to me. The whole time it's not even your name, bro. Like
it's not even your name.
You just want to sound like your peoples was from there, so you just grabbed up the Netanyahu jump, but your real name Milikowski.
The crazy thing is the most racist person is still going, wait a second. I don't like those people. And I don't like those people in that country. I don't like those people in that country. But why do they all call him a war criminal?
And it's costing them money. That's the real thing for them. You know,
it's costing
like you
money.
said. What does it got to do with me? How's it affecting me? My student loans is still. And I love the fact that he at least made it plain for people, so they don't think that he's having a change of heart, and he don't think, you know. So the Black Candace Owens types don't think they got a friend. No, he's not saying none of that. Like just like you said, I hate them, but what I hate more is somebody spending all that money over there while I need some help.
While I need some help. You're gonna tell me, allegedly, I'll say allegedly, that the military in Israel now gets the same benefits as the American. They're getting the same benefits from us as U.S. military men and women get. How does that make
benefits? They got free college and everything over there.
How does that make any sense? But just to let you know, on the both party thing, Jasmine Crockett had a reality. She had a reality check. They were pushing forward Charlie Kirk's a holiday. This is the same country that just swiped Martin Luther King's holiday. They're like Charlie Kirk. So they had a vote. And Jasmine Crockett had a little reality check on her cohorts, her teammates. It was really weird.
Laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was specifically to us. And I can tell you that a month prior to him passing away, he had actually gotten out on his podcast. I wasn't aware of this at the time, but he got out there and he was talking negatively about me directly. So if there was any way that I was going to honor somebody who decided that they were just going to negatively talk about me and proclaim that I was somehow involved in the great white replacement, yeah, I'm not honoring that kind of stuff, especially as a civil rights attorney, and understanding how I got to Congress, knowing that there were people that died, people that were willing to die, that worked to make sure that voices like mine could exist in this place. So to me, just like we wanted to make sure that those Confederate relics were taken down, the idea of a new age relic being propped up was something that I just could not subscribe to. And it is unfortunate that more of my colleagues, even on my side of the aisle, could not see the amount of harm that this man was attempting to inflict upon our communities.
So after the Democrats sit up here and tell us what was happening to Jimmy Kimmel, and oh my God, they're taking away our rights, you decide to vote for a holiday for a man who said the Civil Rights Act was wrong, was a mistake?
Brendan Boyle did from PA. I know our Democrat voted yes for it.
Did they get enough votes? Did it pass?
Yeah,
you don't know. It did.
I got the vote up right here. The vote was 310 yes and 58 nay. 38 said.
So we're gonna have a real holiday name after that dude.
It passed. 26 not voting. It passed.
And remember, the guys that you
how we supposed to celebrate it? How we celebrate Charlie Kirk Day?
But remember,
it's like a day off from work. The government shut down and no mail delivered. Like it's like going to be a legit named holiday.
But remember, you and everybody else who says vote Democrat because they're on our side.
Well, I say vote Democrat so you can stay in the country and stay alive and keep having votes. Because now the bar's so low. I was a critic the last time, 2 times around, I was a real critic. Last time I saw the strategy. But this time around, vote Democrat. Vote Democrat.
So to get a holiday, you have to do something for like. I'm still stuck a little bit. I'm sorry.
I don't care about what I care about is the bar keeps getting lower and lower and why we should vote for him. Now it's just stay in the country.
Yeah, no, vote Democrat, 1,000%.
Now it's just stay in.
Well, it's not vote Republican.
Now it's stay in the country. And do you understand? And this is what I said. We've been doing this for 50 years. And finally it's come to, we just vote for them so that so we can stay in the country and tyranny won't happen. And this
can't have a country.
This was the better, the lesser of two evils. This was the policy that we shoved, that was shoved down our throats. The lesser of two evils. And now we're at a point where we're like, wow, well, damn, this lesser of two evils is drastic now. We got to, not because you look out for us, not because you care about us, not because you're on my team, because we're just trying to remain a country with freedom. You got like this is interesting that both sides have people going, this rhetoric that both sides are spreading has been a lie.
I'm gonna have some fun on these days. I'm gonna remember them all right.
Oh, I'm gonna celebrate.
I'm gonna start my presentations now. I'm gonna be ready. October 14th. Oh, it's coming up. Okay, so we ain't got no year to wait.
So October that starts 14th. This year. So we gotta remember a national day of remembrance. Charlie. So we gonna remember everything he said. Like what do we remember?
We're gonna have all the quotes.
Confused.
All
I'm
the quotes.
This can't be real. This can't be life, as Jay-Z said. This can't be life. Like this is what we doing.
And if we remember him, then we got to remember what people are saying about him being shot in the back of the head, the neck thing being an exit wound and all that too. So we're going to be talking, boy.
And remember this, because I agree with you, Lady Q. I'm going to always register Democrat simply because I'm not a white nationalist. But the Democrats that you voted for a white nationalist to have a holiday.
Put that link out just in case you want to pop one.
Just think about that for a second. I'm not disagreeing with you, but think about that for a second. You don't want to vote for a white nationalist, but they voted for a white nationalist to be remembered.
Yeah, that's good. So is the pressure from them not wanting to go against Charlie because I don't know.
No, I think it's a lot of people just are racist, on different levels.
No, but for a Democrat that's standing on business, so we thought. To say no,
the business is keep these Negroes in line, but don't give them equality. That's always been what's really going on. They're not voting for reparations. Like they're not. I think, like Mike said, as long as you know that they're not our friends, I think we're fine. We're fine as long as we're not deceived. They don't like us either. But yes, I'm gonna vote for them. I'm gonna use the tools I can. I'm gonna make sure we can navigate and create space.
Afro Queen says people were upset about the cages, but the previous Democrats were the ones who built them.
Yeah, as long as you don't think they're on our side.
Ain't no lie. Ain't no lie. Crime bills were passed. Crime bills were passed. The Mister and I hate that Democrats want to see moral and not.
Yeah, they want to be moral. They want to be.
But they're not moral. But the thing is, they don't want to see moral. They cast their votes. We're the ones who pretend not to see that. We're the ones who pretend. Not a holiday.
Yeah, so it's a day of remembrance is what she's saying. It's not an official holiday. So you still got to go to work.
However you want to word it to make yourself feel better. However you want to word it. It wasn't cheating. It was infidelity. However you want to word it. I didn't love her.
Selling Wu-Tang Clan shirts. They're going to say protect your neck.
Yeah,
they're going to be doing reckless stuff like that. They're going to be wearing Wu-Tang Clan shirts.
Protect your neck.
People throw. It's a shame that happens, but I could see it happening.
Yeah. Notice the quotes.
Shout out to Inspector Deck.
Yeah, I understand the quotes. I understand the quotes around moral, but I understand that we lead right into them, and now we're in a situation where Dr. Smith just said, "I'm just doing it because it's survival now." They were never on our side, so when people were pushing this, that they're the lesser of two evils, they were evil. You can't separate the two. Well, they're the lesser of two evils. Then there's a problem. I still think it's ironic that he and George Floyd share the same birthday.
Crazy.
That is
crazy.
Isn't it ironic?
So we need a special show for October 14th. What day of the week is that? We got
October 14th.
Yeah, what day?
You gotta remember, I gotta get my candles. I got my candles ready.
It's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday, Mike. It's a Tuesday.
That's when we back. Yeah, we back strong.
The day after Columbus Day. Oh, we got back to back. We got Columbus Day.
And watch. Watch what I listen to what I'm telling you. It's going to be the opportunity when people decide to do what they want to do to remember them, for them to lose jobs. Watch.
Because
People are
do
going
something, they're
to
gonna
be
say
losing
something.
jobs, and people
Mm,
are going to be attacked. And the reason why they put stuff like this is to divide us even more. They know that
it's gonna spark it.
this is
Yeah.
going to spark what they need.
Mm.
They need us consumed with this. Nobody should be consumed with Charlie Kirk. What we should be consumed about is what you guys are doing to us financially, what you're doing in hiding pedophiles, what you're doing in literally bankrupting a country and funding a genocide. And at the same time, taking money from states who are already saying they don't have money for their education system. States that, and then you're telling states they got to figure it out after you cut the check. It's extortion. They're telling states, this is the money you're going to run your pockets, and then you figure out how to run your cities with the money you got left. And I wish you would raise minimum wage. I wish you would. I wish you would pay your teachers more.
I like Ash's thoughts instead of like you saying, because people can lose their job saying something that may get them hemmed up at work. She's saying instead of on a Remembrance Day, highlight all things Black. George Floyd, like we just really focus on Black
crazy
folk.
Black History Day.
That's boom. It's treated like Juneteenth.
Because we got to remember the people that talk bad about us and all the opposition to our progress, and that's why we're gonna have strategy.
You just building and praising yourself. You can't get mad at building yourself up. Look, that's like my shirt say, I love being Black. I love being Black.
And I appreciate that.
Maybe
what I don't appreciate is that the fact is missed that these names of Democrats that signed this should be exposed to everybody.
Oh yeah.
They not for you.
They put their names out there, right? For the people who vote.
I just looked at it. Yeah, all their names listed.
Was Pennsylvania on there? It wasn't our state.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Brandon Boyle, he voted yes. Brandon
man.
Boyle, he with it. He with the Charlie Kirk remembrance. But like you said, they can't. But again, the last chance they had was 1984, literally, no pun intended, with this whole thought police and groupthink and Big Brother and the party monitoring people, right? The whole story of 1984, Orwell. Nowadays, they tried it with the mRNA. They tried it with the Neuralink, right? Elon Musk want to put a chip in our head to try to control. At this point in the game, you can't tell nobody what to think. And anybody who's ever been a parent, they understand exactly what I'm saying right now. You can live with somebody. You can have the same DNA as somebody. You can have corporal punishment powers over somebody to lock them in a room and beat them. You can't control, parents, hallelujah. You can't control what they think. So just imagine that. You can live in the house with somebody you made, who you give all the food to. You can't control them. You really think somebody who never even lived with Black people unless they was servants, who's like 20 miles away or 1,000, could really control people? People are far too, man, go out on the average street corner. And the one thing that the YNs have over the regular people who are worried about Social Security and pensions and all that, because I've been on the other side. I've had no Social Security, no pension, no health care, no job, no educational ties. I've been out in the world, feet on land. I didn't care, dog. 9/11, I told everybody, I said, we don't care. 15th and Ridge does not care about bin Laden. There's no connection. There's no fear. You have no control. The cops would come, get out of here, pussy. Like, we didn't care. You gonna shoot me? Shoot me. I don't care. And I don't think people who have jobs or who even people who have children, they don't understand that there is a subculture that's really the majority of the nation who don't have health care, who don't have connections, who don't have a pension, who don't have more than $1,000 saved in the bank. When bottles start getting thrown and people start snatching stuff out of stores and people start hitting police, we don't care. I lived most of my life in that world. And I talk to people every day where it's like, yeah, they're going to tell us to do this. They're going to sign this. Man, fuck what they sign. I remember being on the street thinking, if he comes over to me and brutalizes me the way I'm watching brutalize him, this is my last day and probably his last day. I'm not going like he's going. And I used to stand right there, camera out, talking crazy. I wish you would. And there's too many people like that. And I was like, I'm talking about a teenager. What Pac say? There's a million motherfuckers stressing just like me. Only God could judge. I don't think Trump has any idea about how close to the edge so many people are. There's so many people that are just like, I wish somebody would play with me. I ain't got no health care, no job, or this. And that. I wish somebody would play with me.
So in Oklahoma, they're making teachers that come from Democratic states to take a woke test before they hire them. That's why the regime must fall.
They got a shortage now of teachers. That's I mean, everything they do, it backfires.
What questions are on there? Like Mike can come up with some questions. What's the questions on the woke test, Mike?
Do you believe everything Trump says? No. Oh, he's woke.
You know the words to rappers' delight. You say yes, they like. Oh no,
that can be funny though.
Get yourself out of here.
On the woke test.
You gotta.
And people gonna just answer the questions wrong to get the job. You know how people are, Mike.
We just gotta answer. And some of the questions might be.
When is Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day? October 14th, USA. October 14th. We've been lying on resumes for 100+ years, bro.
Oh God.
People be naming their kids white names just so 20 years later they can have a better chance at a job.
And the
mastered this game.
Go put the woke thing up. The craziest thing, it'd be the poorest states. It'd be the poorest states making teachers take woke test. You need teachers.
That's what I said. It's shortage already.
You don't have your scores.
Good luck.
Go ahead. Enjoy yourself. You
spend your money and your time with your test, because somebody got to pay to make the test. They got to pay to administer the test. They got to pay to review the test, and they probably have some central database. Go ahead. If that's they did it with Ruby Bridges. They spent their money with the National Guard and telling people, and the mom was telling the other girl that to spit on her. The girl said by the time she got to the door, her whole dress was dripping with spit. That's what they was investing in. 2, 4, 6, 8 window and integrate. Instead of using the 260-year head start, instead of worrying about our supply chain, instead of worrying about our borders, so everything doesn't say made in China years later, you wanted to scare little girls with guns and tanks and spit on them and throw rocks at them. Today is the same thing. Keep investing in hate. You did it with enslavement. It didn't work. You did it with Jim Crow. It didn't work. You did it with segregation. It didn't work. You're doing it today. Guess what? Newsflash. It ain't going to work. It's going to make you more vulnerable. You're going to have less kids. You're going to be more outnumbered. You're going to have more people around the world linking up like China and Russia and having memorandums of understanding and having partnerships. And you're going to accelerate the fall of your empire. Have at it. And I know for a fact, I say this a long time, Black people going to be fine. I'll say it again. Listen to me well. Black people gonna be fine. You done kidnapped and raped and did all that. We survived that, dog.
Resilience.
We survived 200 years of you raping us and beating us and killing us. We're gonna survive your economy. Like that's nothing in comparison to 260 years of enslavement. We already did test 10 times harder than whatever you think is the end of the world. It ain't nothing to us. We're gonna go borrow sugar. We're gonna have block parties. You ever saw the Heights? I love the Heights. You ever saw when the power went out and they did the whole New York blackout? They was dancing and celebrating and singing, right? All the Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. When you got culture, you don't worry about all that stuff. It's people with no culture that are like, this is our whole way of being. No, this is on top of our way of being, like the asphalt's on top of the actual land.
So speaking of culture, in Connecticut, this is a true story. And thanks, Ash. You must listen to me on Jonesy. There's a new law in Connecticut, real law. First cousins will be prohibited for getting married in Connecticut starting October 1st under new legislation. Can't say the word. Legislation. So they're passing a law October 1st. You can now not marry your first cousin October 1st.
Now you can't?
No, you can't.
But last week.
So get it in there.
So get it in there.
Get it in there.
I hope that Disney wedding that they got canceled. I hope that Disney wedding wasn't that family reunion, Joe. The wedding still dumbass nigga.
Yo, what? When I read this,
Somebody got called off the wedding.
I said, so we had to make a law about this? I didn't know we had to be told.
You gotta go to New Jersey. You gotta get married in New Jersey now. Yo, it was legal. It was legal.
And it's legal. It's legal. I think. Let me. I'm gonna just put it out there. Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. There were a bunch of states where it's legal. Let me see. There was a reporter that actually, just in case. Hold up.
In a world where political parties seem to disagree on just about everything, the bill to not keep it in the family passed unanimously this year. Governor Lamont signed it into law. The reason, procreation between first cousins increases the chances of birth defects.
I mean, I would have never thought about marrying my first cousin.
It didn't really enter my mind, but hey, whatever floats your boat. State law
No.
for marrying your parent, grandparent, sibling, and child. But in more than 15 other states around the country, you can, including Vermont, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. Starting October 1st, you can't marry your first cousin.
Dude, this is real life.
Yeah, shout out to Vermont. What y'all doing up there, man?
What? Now,
What's up, Bernie Sanders? What's up, Bernie? What y'all doing over there?
But I understand their thought process is going to be, we didn't know we had to make a law to say it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's old law.
I'm sure most litigators or most lawyers or most senators or congressmen or women are going like, I didn't even know we got to make a law on that. So
it is legal in some states. Wow, yeah. 24 states permit first cousin marriage without any restrictions. So 24 states.
It includes California, New York, and Florida.
Damn.
Conditional states. They got wait a second. So this goes against the fact that there's conditional states. That means allow cousins married under specific conditions, such as requiring genetic counseling or permitting marriage only if one party is infertile. For example, Arizona allows it only if one cousin cannot reproduce. So if you can't have kids, then they're like, go get it.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! I'm glad I ain't eat no big breakfast about it.
Right.
My goodness!
Right.
Oh, my stomach really just turned.
What the fuck?
Maybe about marriage. I don't know.
So let me get this straight. Now this has to do let me just not put this on the lawmakers. This has to do with what you were talking about, culture, what you talking about, human beings. This has to do more about human beings. If a senator or whatever is trying to fight ICE and trying to get ICE out of the city, and somebody says, yeah, and we got to pass that law on first cousins not get married, he's like, we got to do what? Wait. I gotta follow the same process to tell y'all not to
marry your cousin.
Marry your cousins.
So
you need to pass on to tell people to use washcloths. That's what they need. They need to tell people how to wash their. Got people out here with no washcloths. Now keep doing you. Hey, Africa just said that the African world is going to be considered like the sixth state. Like they're going to have, the African nations, and then they're going to have the greater African world. Like they counting the diaspora now. So the Jamaicans, the Haitians, the African Americans, the Cubans, the Brazilians, Africa gets it. Africa's like, don't worry about what they're doing. We got natural resources. All we got to do is link up together. Like I said before, Black people going to be fine. It's like the movie The Help, when the people are all running around and the person who's like supposed to be the servant knows everything and they're just looking around like, what's wrong? Oh, Miss Mammy, she said, nobody's worried.
Well,
a single Black person I don't think, jump off a single bridge or do nothing crazy if the dollar collapses. Maybe Oprah. But with the exception of Oprah, I can't think of a single Black person that's like, oh my gosh, the dollar, my life is over. Dave Chappelle did the whole skit about Anthony Bourdain committing suicide, best job in the world. His friend Foot Locker, right? Was a manager, never thought about suicide.
I understand it. Just what you're saying, I'm worried. And
worried is one thing. But Chris Rock said when Black people get broke, what they do? They say, F it, let's go hang out.
Yeah, let's go hang out. Yeah.
Let's go hang out. Let's go hang out, bro. Like it's nothing. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
You're not a professor. All your degrees are gone. We're taking all your money. You're not no game show. You know what I do? I would literally go to the block, 15th and Ridge, and I'd go say what's up to everybody. I'd probably go get like a quart of water that probably costs $1 now, and I'd probably just start reminiscing and joking and shoot some hoops. I would not die.
Well, I would not, because I would try and figure out how am I going to provide for these 3 daughters. I'd still be figuring out.
I'd buy a tent. I'd be sad.
I try and figure out how am I going to keep shelter for my 2 parents who are in their 70s, and what's
that movie with Will Smith? Yeah. With the machine when they in the bathroom sleeping and he imagining.
Yeah. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be in that movie. I don't want to be in a machine with my kid locked in a bathroom.
But the crazy part is the only reason that exists is because of rampant capitalism.
Right. No, absolutely.
But if capitalism's gone and everybody came outside, you wouldn't need for nothing. People would look after the elders and the children. We
No,
could
they
build our
wouldn't.
own structures.
No, they
Because the
wouldn't.
guy who's building
No,
for
they
money,
wouldn't. No, they
the guy
wouldn't.
who's building for money can now build for a community.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
how
not.
people.
That's
That's
not
why they
gonna
have
be the-
maroon communities where people said, "Hey, we all got skills. You farm, you build, y'all watch the kids. Oh, we're fine." We didn't
Unfortunately,
even need his system.
once again, that's not going to be the first reaction, and I'm going to be protecting 2 senior citizens, 3 senior citizens, and I'm going to be protecting them from people who are going to lose their mind when that happens, because there's going to be a lot of violence.
That's the problem. The problem is the
Yeah.
loss of the mind. If
Exactly.
you keep your mind with you, you're fine. I saw them kids. I saw 4 kids in a bucket in Katrina when they was all walking, floating. Because I'm sure at one point they was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna die." At some point, snap out of it. The water ain't gonna stop because you crying.
But
I saw it the day after. There's a lot of people that weren't crying. There's a lot of people that weren't screaming and yelling. They was like, "We got to handle business."
Yeah, but let's be clear. Let's give both sides. You're gonna see a lot of death. You're gonna see a lot of people that you love not here on this earth. You're gonna see a lot of sickness. So I'm worried about it. I get what you're saying, not disagreeing, but I'm worried about it.
Yeah, but like I said, 8,000 people getting killed every day.
I understand that, and thank God, I don't have to witness it, and thank God I don't have to witness having to live every day trying to protect my 3 daughters from what's going on if this democracy falls apart and it all goes and the dollar's worth nothing. It's gonna be in a lot of ways the end of the world for us. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Jay, you're gonna have to find a way to protect your mom. You're gonna have to find to protect your daughters. And we're gonna be out here in these streets. So
the system's not protecting my mom now. Like what I'm talking about falling is not protecting my mom.
No,
the same concern I have today protecting my mom, the same concern I have tomorrow. The dollar's not protecting my mom.
What I'm saying,
I don't want to conflate those two.
Yeah, and if we lose this house, and people start
how do you
losing
lose the house? Who gonna collect what?
I don't.
Who gonna collect?
I don't know, Doc.
There's no dollars.
And Doc, I don't know, but you don't know either. Neither one of us can
the
tell.
Examples we have is even like in Germany where they were using dollars as like wallpaper. There is no system to enforce the taxes. There's no bad things or no good things. So no, you're not getting a paycheck, but who's collecting on the loan? They're both gone.
But the problem,
they're both gone.
And I agree with
you.
You
don't pay the bank because the dollars are worth nothing.
But you got to get house. But you got to give the same energy to how am I going to get the food now? Because it's a war to get the food now. If it's no dollars, I am now going to a grocery store, getting ready to go to war to get this. When I go to a gas station to fill up my gas tank because I want to get to the store, I have to go to war at that gas station to get the gas. This ain't no just
if the people are just like the system's gone, and a lot of those places where they had collapses, they weren't really killing each other.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm seeing your point.
People quickly realize we got to work together to survive.
And
the old system's gone. We got to work together.
And
people usually go into that phase pretty quickly before they start devouring each other for toilet paper. I'm sure there's gonna be some bad days, but after a while, I saw it in Katrina. I saw it in Nazi Germany. I see it when it's like everything, even in Hiroshima, even in Gaza right now. You notice you don't see a lot of people out in the street arguing. You notice that when they say Gaza, people are like, we need each other.
We do. But we have to also warn people of the pain that you're going to have to go through to get to that stage. You're going to understand.
Depends on how close to the bottom you are, though. If you're already on the bottom, if you don't own no house and you ain't got no job.
Exactly.
Life is exactly the same.
But the millions of people that aren't are going to have to prepare. And if you don't prepare.
But people think they're the majority. The majority of people that are suffering living check to check or homeless or don't have any stability or anything like that. Or the generation that check to never have a house. But I'm saying, most of these young people, they'll never have a house.
When toilet paper goes on sale, grab an extra pack.
Start grabbing toilet paper and water.
Bartering now.
People always talk about that though.
Lady Q, this rap shit is supposed to happen today. I didn't know.
It's supposed to be today, right? Today we're supposed to be going through all that.
We're
supposed to be flying through the air today. Y2K, it was supposed to be over because of computers.
So what time is this supposed to start? We don't know the time. They didn't give a time.
Nobody knows the day or hour, but everybody's saying
nobody knows.
At some point, so it could be 11:59 at the latest. Okay.
They did that with Jehovah's Witnesses. They said the world gonna end about 5 times. They done told them.
And I always tell people
I've been ducking since Y2K.
When people say the world's gonna end, the world is going to end for you regardless.
That part. One day light's gonna be out. One day credits roll.
When we dropped those atomic bombs, the world ended
for a lot of people. Yeah,
for a lot of people. All you got to do is do vertical farming. This Curtis. This is all you got to do, y'all. This is all. Listen. I love your comments. I get it. I'm not disagreeing. This is not a debate. We're just sharing ideas. All you got to do is vertical farming inside truck containers, like the windshield,
inside your house,
and back of semi trucks going on the highway. The gas system called freight farms right now is too high. So $100,000 to a drop, $100, I guess, or $100,000 to a drop. It got a computer control, but all that does is vegetables. I do know what you're going to do for me, but you can have your own and or share it with a group of people that protect their traveling on the road. Okay, that's all.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. I used to have a nice stockpile. I miss how good coupons used to be.
Can't coupon no more. It's over.
Jeanette, what y'all wearing?
What y'all wearing?
To the rap. Look, I don't want
what y'all wear.
Y'all playing games. Now say if something happened. See, Ash always got jokes. No, ain't nothing happening.
No, the crazy part, one lady was like, don't hold on to anything.
Why
don't
is
look
the rapture
down.
today? I don't know why they picked the date. What is the rapture? For those who don't know, Doc, what is
South
it?
Africa's
I'm not playing with you.
in an instance, you know, the spirits of the believers are going to fly up. Some people say 144,000 to meet God in the sky, and everybody else will be left here. You know, but the people, the white nationalists, are talking like your physical flesh is going to go. They're like, don't hold on to something. Hopefully not on the toilet and all this other stuff. It's like, bro, your spirit is going to leave the body. Like they don't even break down the event the right way, let alone the fact that
spirit just
nobody
leaves and you just fly up at some
But
point.
they said no man knows the time of hour. Like nobody's supposed to be able to predict this. So this guy in South Africa that even started this whole trend is just pure nonsense. But yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow because we'll still be here.
Yeah. God, if God decides we're going to be here, we're going to be here. Listen, listen.
If not, we got nothing to worry about. If not, we not worry about the dollar or Donald Trump.
Listen, I read something. Okay. Are you prepared for a nuclear attack? Let me tell you something. And I've said this, and I mean this in all sincerity. If I see an orange explosion and I know that a nuclear attack has happened, I'm walking towards the explosion because I'm not going to be here
for the aftermath.
For the aftermath,
the melted people walking around.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
The billionaires coming out their bunkers 2 months later to take over.
I'm not doing that.
They probably gonna make slaves out of the people that are left.
And I promise you,
they finally come out. They got guns in the bunkers too.
I'm not surviving that. I'm not gonna be able to do the show the next day. My StreamYard ain't gonna be working.
Well, he said your body. Oh, go ahead. He said, go ahead.
No, in a rapture, your body's gone. There is no body, just clothing. That's why I don't clear.
National. Why is not a national emergency?
Natural or emergency.
National.
Well, he said natural. Oh, national. I see national now. Okay, sorry. Just doing me.
Your whole body goes. How do your whole body go? All right, this is not for me to want to understand.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna make vegetables in a semi. Kurt said. That's all. Just get a semi. Just copy a semi somewhere that you know how to drive. You know how to drive the semi. Yeah.
Or just live completely fearlessly for the moments you got.
Yeah, and just be like, all right, I gather
every time something comes that tries to make you scared or anxious, just be like, no.
We got Asha the plug, Mike. She got us. She linked us up.
We have to be worried about our external soul and not thing stuff. But
Asha's
it will always end one day for all of us. Yeah.
Is it the day, Asha? Is the rapture happening? Asha know.
Is it on your calendar?
Yeah, Asha will know.
That's it. I'm running to it too. I ain't got no time for this with the aftermath. I'm not trying to play the zombie movie with y'all. I'm not trying to play it with y'all.
It's going to be a national emergency, Curtis said.
Yeah, people driving planes just going to disappear. People driving taxis. People driving cars on the road all kinds. Never seen.
It just sounds so crazy. And people believe this. So there's a lot of people that really believe that this is going to happen.
But you know what I'll say to you, Jay Black, when you say that?
I heard Lady Q did say that somebody put cash apps out. People donate their money because they know this is the end for them. So they
they take your money. You ain't gonna need that. You ain't gonna need that.
But
ahead, Mike.
But this is the thing. And listen, I don't think the rapture is gonna happen. But this is the thing. This is
I don't think it's gonna happen today. I do think
people believe it.
But this is the thing. You believe in things that are that outrageous. You
But us
believe
being
in
here
things
is-
that are that
I think-
outrageous.
I think us being here is more outrageous. I always
Yes,
said
us
that.
being here.
The Big
That's
Bang and all that,
outrageous.
whatever they said, I always
Us
thought
being
when
here
somebody
is
broke down the human
outrageous.
body to me, the hairs in the lungs and
Give
the way the
me
heart
something.
pumps the blood to the eyes and the way the moon controls the water, I always thought that was far crazier in sci-fi.
I'll give you a simple
and-
one. I'll give you a simple one. You believe in God, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's outrageous. Look at the stories that they're telling you that you believe in.
There's a lot of things that has been proven, though, right?
Yeah, I think more
That
outrageous.
you need another example than
Look,
God. You
you
need to go
believe,
somewhere else.
and I believe that Jesus died and was born again and came back.
Yeah, a lot of people have been declared dead 2-3 times.
Give me
No.
something
You
else.
believe that they saw
I believe.
him, that they crucified him, and I believe that they crucified him till he was dead, and 3 days later, he came back. So when you say things are outrageous, and I believe that.
But I'm saying, I thought when I saw my wife have a person in her body, that was crazier to me.
That's
And then the person
outrageous.
came out and started walking and
That's
talking out of a
outrageous.
drop of liquid. Like, to me, that is crazier. That's crazier than the story about the 3 days. Crazier is, wait, this little drop is going to become a person that talks to me and talks back to me one day, and the egg was already waiting for me. Wait, she didn't make the egg, and I didn't make the sperm, but we just got him.
But I'm out. But listen, because we're not gonna. I don't want to go back and forth on this. But just, the reason why I think it's more crazy is because you're telling me the Son of God didn't have to do it, that his Father was the all powerful, and that he still went through it. That he still went through it, and came back for a bunch of people who he knew were sinners
to redeem us. Yes,
to redeem us. You tell the average person that story, that's outrageous. And I'm just going back to the point of, Jay, we believe outrageous stuff all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I believe something outrageous that happened Sunday. The Eagles, we were supposed to lose, but we won. That was outrageous. So that, and this was me. This was me. This was me at the game. This was me.
That's
we ain't gonna win this game. They're about to kick the winner. Oh, we won?
Hey,
We won?
hey. Yeah, anybody, probably a
The
stranger.
hug white
probably a
people that
stranger.
day. Everybody's happy. That was unbelievable. So that, yeah, you're right. So unbelievable things do happen.
Yeah, the
right?
dollar
Right.
fall, like,
Hold on,
Goldberg.
I'll give you what's unbelievable. I'll give you what's unbelievable. I'll give you unbelievable. I'll give you unbelievable that Philly don't deserve shit from Jalen Hurts ever. Because after they've spent the entire week now criticizing why didn't he do what he did in the first half. Y'all ain't shit.
That's crazy.
Well, he don't call the plays. He's
Y'all
not the
ain't
offensive coordinator.
But they say he
shit.
started calling his own plays in the second half.
And
Now
They say he started
they're
doing his own
saying
thing.
he was calling his own plays.
He said second half he stopped listening to them. He said, I got this.
And let me tell you something.
Cook.
And let me tell you something. I'm gonna be the hater of all haters. The fact that y'all celebrating a game that in order for you to win a game, y'all needed 2 blocked field goals back to back to let you know that there's a problem. There's a problem.
We're gonna fix it. We're gonna adjust. We're gonna adapt.
There's a problem.
Green Bay lost to Cleveland. Anything can happen any given Sunday.
No. Green Bay losing a game and you needing 2 blocked field goals to lose a game by the same person.
Yeah, it was a different person. It was Carter the first time, and then Jordan Davis the second.
But Donald deserves shit from Jalen Hurts. The only reason I'm happy for him, you know why I was happy for him? Is because I knew when that field goal was going to go through, I said he's going to catch hell all week long. And guess what? He won the game and still caught hell all week long. All for the matter of weeks, the days that have been going on. Black people get out of Dodge when shit gets sketchy. I don't even understand. Since you made a hard left, I don't even understand. Jalen Hurts, I admire him so much because there would be a point where I would literally have to say, I don't care what you people think.
Oh yeah, no,
He's all he does is win.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter to y'all. Y'all want him to be Josh Allen. I hear it all the time. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Lamar Jackson, who threw for 4 touchdowns and 3 touchdown passes and lost last night. He doesn't put up the numbers. He's got all the weapons, and he doesn't use them. Jalen Hurts is not an elite quarterback. I hear that from people in the damn city that he plays in, that he's not an elite quarterback who brought you to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. Y'all don't deserve shit.
I hope he brings us back this year.
Go Birds. Exactly, Nikki. I don't know what Mike talking about. Go Birds.
You don't like the fact that I'm telling the truth. You can't even debate it.
No, what I'm saying is I think something was unleashed. Last year we was 2-2 when things shifted after the bye, and obviously we went on that crazy run and won the Super Bowl. So we're 4 weeks into a game, 3 weeks actually, 3 weeks into the season, and you figure things out. It's a different offensive coordinator every year. So that's like a different. Imagine you got a different GM every year at your job. You got a different owner every year, and they got different visions how they want to do stuff. So you just got to work through some things. You figure out what works best. You get your superstar players in the superstar positions. Mike should be on register up front, meeting and greeting these guests because he's great at that versus having Mike in the back voting boxes. So you put your people in best positions. You figure things out, and then now you're going to run. It's still like preseason. It just ended.
2 minutes. I'm going to bore you off for 2 minutes. Eagle, not Jay. Eagle fans are so basic skills dumb. Listen to me. This is what the Eagles do. The Eagles shorten the possessions that the other team has. That's why they run the ball, and that's why they don't turn over the ball. Do you know why the Eagles won yesterday? Sunday, I should say. You know why they won? Because Matt Stafford threw an interception in the first half that they turned into points. This is why Jalen doesn't do that shit. This is why if you take away that touchdown that the Eagles got after the interception, the Eagles lose the game. This is why
Jalen about anything in the game.
Can I finish? Can I finish? This is why Jalen doesn't take shots and doesn't take risky passes, because their object is to eliminate possessions from the other team. This is why the push tush is so effective, because not only does the push tush get you touchdowns, it gives you another 4 downs to take more time off the clock. So the other team is now pressured every time they get the ball that they don't know when they're going to get the ball back. So the Eagles go, we're going to make sure we don't penalize ourselves. We don't create turnovers. We're going to run the ball, no turnovers, and we're going to play field position. And guess what? The Eagles are so good that when plan A doesn't work, they go to plan B, which is Jalen, throw the ball. Hence the Super Bowl. Hence the NFC Championship. We got this. When that doesn't work to suffocate teams, they then unleash what they have. And you know what that plan did? It got you to 2 Super Bowls and 1 you won. But because you illiterate football fans don't get that, that's why they stick to their game plan. But you guys watch Josh Allen and you get fascinated. You guys watch Lamar Jackson and you get fascinated. You guys watch all these quarterbacks put up all these numbers and you get fascinated. But what do? They don't beat Patrick Mahomes. They can never do it. Y'all don't get, they have a plan. And when the plan doesn't work, their plan B is better than most teams' plan A. And y'all complain.
I like the fact that Hurts is a winner. Like Mr. Boyd said, all he does is win. He figures it out, the win. 17 straight games is crazy. 19 out of the last 20, and he wasn't even in that one that we lost because he got hurt first quarter. But that's crazy to have that stat. He wins, Mike. He's a winner.
Dog, you're talking to the choir.
I know.
Your fans are the most dumb, disgustingly unappreciated asses ever. Dog, when the man is asked to pass,
people want perfection. Some people want perfection.
The man is asked to throw the ball. When a defense says, in order to beat us, you have to throw the ball. You know what he does? He throws the ball and he beats you.
And he wins.
But the fact of the matter is, in order to win 14 games in the season, you have to have a game plan on how you're going to do it. And it's consistency. And when Saquon ain't balling out, guess what Jalen does? He balls out.
He runs, he passes, he does what it takes to win the game.
And they keep the clock moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. That's all. That's it. That's it. Y'all can say it's blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't understand that a team has, because it's funny. The funny thing about Bill Belichick is the Super Bowls that Tom Brady lost, he threw for 1 trillion yards. Trillion. I agree. People always have commentary football situationally. I agree. People always have commentary who can't even run around a block, much less throw a football. Always talking about what somebody should have done. The fact that they are still critiquing this guy and they're 3-0 just proves my point. They were saying the same thing about him last year. They were saying the same exact thing.
They keep doubting my man.
He's the only quarterback who can prove that what he does will win you a Super Bowl, and his city still won't appreciate him. If
But
he
you
was
still got a radio football analysis that's still the Nick Wrights of the world. It's still a bunch of those commentary people out
that's
there.
not Philly. That's not Philly. You have no excuse. Your own city. If Jalen Hurts was in New York, he would be a god. He would be a god. He would be a god in New York. Do you think people criticize they gave a damn about Derek Jeter not hitting 50 home runs or not batting 350 during the regular season? He's a baseball player for those who don't know. No, you know why they knew? Because when the playoffs came around, Derek made the plays. And you know what everybody said? As long as you win championships, we're good.
Winning chips. Yeah.
As long as you win championships, we're good. Football is just like bullets. What? You can always predict where you're going. You can't always predict where you're going to go, even when the best planning. There are variables. People also forget they're playing another professional team. Yeah, they don't get that. But every black quarterback that ever touched the scene in the Eagles has always been under the same pressure of not being a white man. And that's the only thing about him. If he was white, that would have been brushed under the rug like it was fucking nothing, whatever the error was. But they're just trying to make something. But the fact is, like Iverson, Iverson said, when he had a triple-double, they still criticize about the practice. They're stupid. That's Philadelphia, man. They've always had races. I don't know the rest of it.
I don't know what he's saying like that.
Racist Diaz, I guess.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable what he's doing right now, Asha. It's unbelievable what Hurts is doing.
Oh, yeah.
3 words, 4 words. He's a black quarterback. Listen, it is what it is. And let me not even get started with the black quarterback. The black quarterback has revolutionized the quarterback position. And now they tell people, if you can't run, you can't play quarterback.
Yeah, now that's part of it. Now is a standard.
Ain't that about a bitch?
You can't just be a pocket passer.
Y'all spend the lifetime of the NFL's existence telling you can't win with a running quarterback. And now y'all done flipped and said you can't win if your quarterback don't run. Ain't that?
And half of making sure there was no black quarterbacks.
Got to be a dual threat. Yeah, that too.
Ain't that something? The Eagles are a genius organization that y'all not appreciating. What Howie Roseman does, Howie Roseman is already figuring out what to do after they got to move on from AJ Brown. Mark my words. He's already figuring out, if we win a Super Bowl this year, AJ Brown is going to say, I won my rings. Now I got to get paid. I can't get paid if I'm not getting 1,300 yards. I can't get paid if my stats aren't top 5. And that's exactly how we should be thinking. Howie Roseman is already thinking about how he's going to have to replace him. They're going to draft wide receivers next year. Mark my word.
We got 9 picks. We got 9 picks next year. 9.
Mark my word. You have a genius organization that you still don't appreciate because y'all are miserable.
Shut up, nigga.
Y'all are miserable.
Let's talk about my peoples. We all we got.
Black folks been knocking down dinner with spears since when? I don't know what that means. All right, let's move on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into that. That was Jay getting me into the whole.
Had to pivot.
Cam Newton got schools. Here, Cam Newton got a little conversation. I like Cam Newton because Cam Newton be sticking to his guns. I like the fact that Cam Newton says what he says. This is about relationships and how men think. And I love this guy. I forget his name, but I love the guy who's speaking. But go ahead. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Lies detected.
What you're saying, but see, again, every case is different.
No, listen, brother. There's always a principle to everything. Mm-hmm. When you look at lust, brother, it just is what it is. Mm-hmm. It affects all walks of life. It even affected Job, that he made a covenant with his eyes that he wouldn't look lustfully at a woman, and they don't dress the way they do now as they did back then.
That's not realistic in my life, though.
What's not realistic?
To not look at a woman?
Lustfully was the key word.
Yeah, but how can you control if you look at something?
Fear of Yah is the beginning of all wisdom and knowledge.
What? See, that I have an issue with is I knew and know right from wrong. Okay. I just don't always do right.
Mm. What the scriptures say about that? It's the basic definition of sin. To know the right thing to do and not do it, to him that is sin. So if I'm talking to you, my son, as a young man of the Most High, you got to change that.
Yeah, but it also says in the Bible we all fall short of his glory.
But it also says that we are not to abuse his grace.
Yeah, and also say we could go back and forth.
Yeah, and so what does it really come down to? It comes down to who's really living it, and who's just talking it.
I like that guy. I like Cam. Because Cam is saying what most of y'all are saying. I just wish they were more. I wish, and I say this, and I hate to sound redundant and repetitive. I just wish those were the aspects or the visions or the morals that would have been in place in me coming up and not fall. So I'm not going to say pause, not fall so hard to being a victim of lust. That's all I was saying.
Curtis already disagreed with it.
Already, I
No
don't
matter what
agree.
we think, they was having a biblical conversation. Like
Now I was just trying to get lead to the.
No, I'm saying it's funny because you know what's funny though. The funniest thing is like Jason Wilson, his name is right. The fact that the Bible already says this is the hilarious part. Like there's a ways unto a man which is don't lean on own understanding. Like we know that you got a different opinion. We know you don't agree. That's why people say, and he even said it. What does the Bible say? Because me and you can go all day with what we think. We people, I might change what I think while you talking and vice versa. There's no point in that. There's no stability in that. There's no guidance in that. There's no consistency in that. Well, what does this work? What does this say? That's when you got like, I don't know, right? I don't know what it says. It also says, but he took it out of context. And even when he said, don't look at him, he said, I can't look at a woman. He clearly said lustfully. And he went straight to some attempt to rationalize, justify, and play word games with semantics and say, I can't look at a woman? Bro, you know that's not what he said. That's why he said lustfully. But it takes an older man who's more patient and has experience. Because somebody like me would have been like, right, say that. No. You got to be able to just.
But God do give you grace, though. You expect to fall. Everybody not perfect, Doc. You can't.
He also said don't abuse. He said don't abuse.
May we continue to sin that grace may abound? God forbid. Like, no, you're not supposed to keep it going. And like he said, when you know better and you keep doing it, that's a textbook definition. That's you wrong. You're not, just protected by grace because you're ignorant and you haven't been introduced to the word. No, your conscience is activated. You having what they call after nut clarity. If you want to make it plain and take it and give a biblical principle with using street slang, after nut clarity. That means after you finish lusting, all the right thoughts that you had in your mind the whole time come to the fore. Where your lust was, now your logic comes. You got to get out that house. Now you got to make an excuse to your girlfriend. Now you want to scrub off because you might not have did everything. So you knew the whole time. She didn't tell you.
I can't ask for forgiveness.
But she didn't give me this
knowing I'm about to do something wrong. I can ask for. I know what I'm doing is wrong. I can ask for forgiveness.
And then go ahead and do it.
Like people do that. Like they know. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but it happens. We're not acting like it don't happen. Mike, you ain't never asked for forgiveness knowing you about to do something you ain't supposed to be doing.
I think what he's saying is that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, I did. And over a year ago, that was the last time I was going to take part in it. Because I said enough's enough. Not because I didn't enjoy it. Not because
you didn't get grace, right?
Not because I didn't get grace, but I said, nope. This is not, but not because I did not enjoy. I'm not going to tell you I didn't. I did. But that is not. I just wish somebody would have given me
what
and people principles. The key word was principles, like you said. He brought it. He didn't bring it to nuance, personal experience, or opinion. He said principles, and to me, that's a big part of what manhood's about. Your principles are not negotiable. You can't give me enough money to do certain things with men or 2 children. Like certain things I'm not doing. There's certain things with a gun to my head I wouldn't say or do. Right. So like you gotta have principles. Even though we all fall short.
Let me see the other comment. The guy, he is controlling your. Is controlling your self-life. It's not about what happened to you or seeing. It's not controlling yourself 90%. You don't control the rest. The 10% you do control is what make the difference between you having life and death in every matter. We don't control none of the fucking optics. Everything is an optic, and happy with the 90% remote control says 10%. Okay, maybe I should have taken time to read that whole thing.
What?
I ain't trying to take it.
Yo, that hurt my head.
Yeah,
I hear you though.
No, I just wish I wish that the environment because somebody can tell you that, and then the environment that you're in, I wish it would have been reinforced. And yes, I am a Bible minister. It says that we've made the left after one because she was made from us. Therefore, we're going to lust after her, but it's respecting her. There's the issue, my brother. Respect. Okay.
What other type of minister is there?
I don't know.
He said, I'm a Bible minister.
Bible minister? Okay. As opposed to
okay, let me just say that. I wish I would have been taught this thing called lust and not it be sold to me as it was a good thing. I wish I would have been taught to have an intellectual control. Now, I know that doesn't mean people aren't going to fall, but I was told the opposite. It was propped up as a good thing. It was propped up as a good thing. It was propped up as your right. You should. This is a goal. You should.
It makes you more of a man.
Yes, it makes you more of a man. That is where my sadness falls, because I know how much dilemma, how many problems I created because of that. Oh my God, let this house start.
I think
you gotta stop reading these jokes, man. I got nothing but love for you, Kurt.
But we put everybody up. We
Google Translate this joint to something, man.
Right, Jay, you're gonna do something that you know is wrong and ask for forgiveness before you do it.
That's
I
wild.
said
That's
it's
wild,
called premeditation, but people do. I'm just being honest. There are
wild.
people.
Like everybody falls short. I'm not saying it like I don't make. I'm just saying it's wild.
You knew
like
you
Mike
shouldn't
said,
have been doing
he
something.
Can do it.
You
it
knew
can feel
it.
good. Yeah.
You knew you were dead ass wrong. You knew it.
One more lick. Just let me do one more trip.
After this,
I ain't gonna do it.
But what I'm trying to say is that the culture we grew up in, it wasn't wrong. We knew what we were doing wrong, but the culture said that we were surrounded, and the culture was like, it's all good. It's just part of the process.
You're supposed to be over here with us doing this.
You're supposed to be over there. You're supposed to be
scared.
conniving. Yeah.
If you're scared, go to church.
Yeah, go to church. Get out of here.
I'm way behind. Let me get up. Fearless, did you run Cypher away? Pretty much. Nikki,
yeah, he definitely
almost had a stroke trying to read that. It was a lot trying to read all that. Ash said.
Principles and standards matter. People sometimes say I'm trying to be holier than thou. No, I'm just living the principles and standards of God and my own choices.
I have heard that though. Ash in the comment, they said Ash thinks she holier than thou. I did see that comment before. Ash, because she always.
Can I ask something? Why does holier than thou is that such a bad?
Wait a minute.
I don't get it.
Like, well, they're saying that. Well, since we talking biblically, they're saying none are holy but one. So we try to follow a pattern of holiness and an example of holiness. But if somebody presents themselves, as holier, like there's levels to this in terms of how we're seen.
You got some ish with you too. You be doing
all that. I get what they're trying to say, but people say it when they see somebody who's doing what they should be doing.
Exactly. That was my next point. That was my next point.
Because I get it with I get my own family with food. You eating that kind of. Now you know this food.
You eating that good stuff.
You know I'm gonna live longer than you if we die of natural causes based on our diets. And now you're uncomfortable. So instead of just enjoying your checkers, you want to have this whole comedy show at the table.
5 guys.
Absolutely. 5 guys. But you've been working out, so that was your guilty pleasure.
Kind of is a minister.
I guess because you asked him what other kind of minister is it? He said he a Bible minister.
But I never heard of a Quran minister. I never heard it said like either way. I never heard a Bible minister or Quran minister.
Poppy said, fellas, all I can do is be better than yesterday and far from who I was 25 years ago. Absolutely, Jay. Got you. Yeah. If I realize he is posting a person's comments with a clan pick, he's going to lose it.
Oh, that's a clan pick that Curtis got up there? I ain't even paying attention to that. So Curtis Clark, he got,
marches, is that New York? I know they got a couple of popular march scenes for the clan.
Yeah, I guess that is the clan.
What you're saying, but see again.
Oh no, I mean
every case is different.
No,
and that's
listen, brother. There's always a principle to everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at lust, brother, it just is what it is. Mm-hmm. It affects all walks of life. even affected Job, that he made a covenant with his eyes that he wouldn't look lustfully at a woman, and they don't dress the way they do now as they did back then.
That's not realistic in my life, though.
What's not realistic?
To not look at a woman?
Lustfully was the key word.
Yeah, but how can you control if you look at
Fear
something?
of Yah is the beginning of all wisdom and knowledge.
And I want, but when he says, "How can you control?" That
That's
is
scary.
that is the whole thing.
That's a scary thing to say for a man. How you better learn, you better know.
That is
they say you could be right about to do the act in the middle of the act, and she could say stop. So if you think it's hard to control looking, think about how hard it is to be stopping if you've been going for the last 20 minutes. But you need to learn how to do it, or else you'll catch a charge out here. You better be able to shut it off. It's a new day.
Ashabu said, right, that's why I read the Bible, stay in my word, and go to church so I don't act and react based on issues. Exactly, Dr. Phillips is used as a criticism against people who are trying to do right.
Try to drag you back down. Come
And I
back
saw
down with me.
a live event. Asha was at some live church event. They was singing. She was out there praising the Lord. I said, Asha's into it. She's staying doing it. She's into it. Hey, she ain't faking the funk. She
Now,
about that.
and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of how women dress. But because that's a whole different conversation, how women dress, how provocative they dress. The discipline is to be able to look, not allow that to trigger your lustful thoughts. I know because we have been trained in a different way. We are supposed to look at women as their beauty.
Yeah, objectifying people.
Objectifying. You're
and
supposed
people say that
to,
if you dress lustful, if you dress in a way that inspires lust, you'll only attract a lustful man.
So all the cleavage out, women.
I'm saying, but that's what you're gonna attract.
The bottom of your
like
cheek
Cam
showing.
Said, how am I gonna control it? You
With
don't
no
want to
shirt,
talk to
long
him.
shirt. Got your
I'll
ass
tell a young
all
girl
out.
in a minute. You don't want the guy who can't control his eyes or his lust. Because when he's with you, he's not gonna be able to control his eyes or his lust.
Ooh, women, y'all hear this?
Problematic.
It's y'all fault with what you wear. You attract what you put on is what you attract.
Most people's fault, and I don't say fault. I'm saying, but that's
it wasn't anybody's fault. The thing is, if men felt disgusted by it, women wouldn't do it.
Ooh, Mr. Clark said, you need to learn better how to look at a woman not lustfully, Mike. And
yeah, I do it at family reunions. I ain't from Vermont.
Yeah,
I ain't from Connecticut.
I'm able
to shut the switch off immediately. I go to family reunion. I don't look at body lustfully.
Nick trying to get a date.
That's why Jay think I'm lying. When I look at a woman and I see that they're young, I try my best to give them direct eye contact because I don't even want to take a glance.
Yeah, no
Like
good coming out of it.
that is so how entrenched I am in this mindset that I can't even glance because I'm like, I don't even want to look because I know what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And even when I try to justify it myself, I have to think about what are the fruits of these thoughts? Because I've been wrestling with that lately where it's like, oh, I could do that, I could look, I could do. When I start to think, do my thoughts become productive? Are my thoughts more centered on God? What do I end up doing an hour later? What am I doing? Am I touching myself? Am I calling some old flame that I shouldn't be talking to? Nothing good is coming. So I have to look at the fruit of the thought and be like, you know what? I can justify it all day. If I look at the fruit based on that compared to another thought, the other thought is just better.
Respect her even if she doesn't respect herself.
Yes, you should. You should. I know the
You
nation
agree with
always
that?
says
I ain't
we
never
need to
used to
love.
say that.
The Nation of Islam always says we need to love our people more than they hate themselves, and I thought that was a powerful way to behave.
Dress for what you want to attract. I should say this facts. The way you dress is that's what you putting out there.
And I didn't want to go down this rabbit hole because I can't control that. I gotta control me.
Still going this rap.
Sorry,
you the one's gonna go to jail.
Moose knuckles all out. Poppy, don't be looking, Poppy. Just because she got it out, you can't look.
I keep it moving, and the more you and unfortunately and this is where my progress in my life. You may not call it progress. My thing is, the more you show me, the more less I am to even engage in a conversation with you because I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems.
But the younger Mike wouldn't feel uncomfortable. The younger Mike is trying to figure out how he's going to pull this same
Birdman hands.
And this is why I don't blame women or men. It's a culture that we live in that by the time we're 10 years old, we're noticing it. It's shoved in our faces. all the time that is beauty, that is sexuality, that is what you should want. You should want something like that. You should want that body.
But they should be able to wear what they want to wear. If they makes them feel good, they can have their tatas out. They can have all that.
They should. Once again, this is not about them. It's about me.
Yeah. And I would hope that you would feel good without them out.
Yeah. Like it's about me.
But that's a collective responsibility. I think we're all, like I said, we got the young men, the young women, we're all responsible for making it so people don't see their first or most impactful level of impact through their physical appearance. Because I've always seen, especially being in college, when women lead with their mind, it is no confusion that they're doing this. I've seen some gorgeous young women who let you know that I'm leading with my mind and my personality. Whether they're dressed a certain way or not, they let you know that the most important thing about me, the most valuable thing about me, is my spirit and my mind. And you can feel it immediately. And when that's not there and people are trying to use other things, it's clear as day. Because I've been here for 30 years seeing these children come up here for their first time to reinvent themselves and be who they want to be. And you could tell who's trying to run from it and been raised right and act like they ain't got no sense. You can see all of it just in watching them walk across the yard on a given day. So people think that they hiding something. You can read them so easily. It's ridiculous. Who ain't got no dad, who trying to rebel against their dad, who want to pretend they wasn't in the choir, like all of it.
And sexual attraction is natural. Culture has distorted it. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah, because loyalty should be part of that attraction, right? Your intellect should be that attraction. How y'all relate to each other and how she understands you and could support you. That should be part of it, but we've reduced it.
But are women shocked when they dress that way and it attracts the whistle calls, as they say, or those extra?
And some are faking. Some are genuinely surprised. Some are being frauds. Some want the attention. Yeah, all of it. I mean, it runs the gamut.
So Ash Bash, I don't know. I'm picking on Ash. No, I just want to ask: when you dress certain ways like that, Ash, do you expect those guys to holler at you like that? You expect more attention? You expect that? Like, is that something you know what's going to happen? Or when I wear this today, I know I'm going to get more attention. Like, do women Miss Clark said, I don't know how Miss Clark dressed, but do y'all do that on like intentionally? I always wonder that.
But there's still ways to holler, because there's a difference between somebody approaching you because you're beautiful and noting your beauty. Like we said before, the whole creepy thing, like you say it once, right? Keep it moving. There's a difference between that and like yelling out of a car, following people home, risking being shot, like we just saw recently, this little young lady with the 30-some-year-old man. Like there's so many levels to this. Where it's not just like, oh, if you dress like this, you should fear for your life and be harassed repeatedly. No. People noticing you is very different than what it actually happens in the world. Let's just
white chocolate. I'm
gonna
start wearing an overgarment around. Like, well, listen, do what you want. Like, stop playing.
Was under that.
Modesty. I still know what's under that. But but what Jay was saying, when women wear certain things, do they want a certain attention? And it's funny because guys do the same thing. When we were wearing jewelry because we wanted certain attention.
From girls,
it's for women.
90%, 95%, yeah.
95%. When
Sometimes
we were
like, yo, you got that joint.
Well, yeah, the guys are add on. It's just an add on or whatever. But guys do the same thing. Like when we wash our car, trust we're not washing our car strictly for other dudes.
Chris Rock said that men don't buy fast cars because we like fast cars. We buy fast cars because women like nice cars. Like, that's it. Like,
I wash my car for me. I want my tires to be shining. I want my. I like my
if the entire culture was blind and you're the only one who has sight, I promise you wouldn't be so adamant about washing your car.
Well, why we vacuum out the inside? Ain't nobody gonna see that but us.
Because we know somebody gonna get in the car.
Man, it feels good though. It
clutter. It feels good. No
clutter. Your mind when things are in order.
But guys wear things because guys want certain attention also. And the other thing about women, and this is where women, I feel bad. I give women grace. Women in our generation came up with women telling them, auntie telling them, you got to use what you got to get what you want.
Get what you want.
Use what you got.
Use what you got to get what you want. And the guy got to have a J-O-B. Yeah. You're gonna be with me. Then Beyonce and them came.
A woman knows they're going to a job interview. You don't have to wear something seductive, but if you're beautiful.
Oh, yes.
And that interview is going to last longer, even if you're not getting the job.
Oh shoot! He know he's not hiring you, but he just wants you to sit around, just you know. Yeah.
But Ash admitted she wore mini skirts and stuff for attention, so she admitted it. When Ash, that's what she
At the
did.
job was the interview.
People, all the women I know that I grew up around were wearing things because they knew the attention that they brought. It was a status that you had the body to wear it.
Well, this is another thing, Mike. I don't know how Miss Clark looks to anybody else talking like this, but I've heard women say things like Miss Clark is saying.
I don't need to show off my body to feel good about myself.
No. But I've seen women say this who, no matter what they wear, their body still shows. So sometimes women got so much going on that they can afford to say that. When other women need a little pushing and poking to be seen. But I've seen women be like, I don't need to do that. And it's like, well, you know, you can wear a sleeping bag and they're going to still see what's going on with you. You're not really part of the category. You're the exception to the rule. You know, some of these women.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the frustration when a woman says, it makes no difference, I've done it all. It's how we think.
Stop reading church stuff, Mike. Come on.
Curtis,
Some women be stopping traffic in a muumuu. They have a muumuu on, and the traffic be stopping. I've seen
muumuu
slowing down, U-turning. And they got a straight bed sheet on them, and it's like I still see that.
And the way we were trained, it don't take much. The way young men were trained, it don't take much. I've seen some beautiful women whose face is so beautiful, so stunning that you're stuck.
Africa said, when y'all get your hair
it's not even
cut,
voluntary. You didn't even choose to stop. You just found yourself.
You just stuck. You like,
this is my honk with the light, green light. Hey, man, what you doing?
Men act different with a fresh. We do act different with a fresh cut. Absolutely. Ass pumps and the bumps. Yeah. All right, we're good, y'all.
Yeah, one girl said when they got the gray sweatpants on and all that, when they got their hair pushed back and they expect to get no attention, they get the most attention ever. So that does happen. You start get that wifey look, and you be like, "I'm not even gonna get dressed. I ain't put no makeup on, girl. I'm just gonna run." And the guys just come hollering, right? And so,
Miss Clark's comment, I said, "That's Mike." She said, "How are you comparing cleaning the car to scantily dressed women?" That's just Mike and his analogy.
No, you got the wrong one because I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how. When SCLK was licked up, and the tires was licked up. And that Benz was licked up.
Wax on.
Okay.
You can come around, but with a thong on. I promise you, I'm getting the same attention from the women that you're getting from the men when they see that car.
Yes, you did.
Back in the early 2000s,
tire wet. Remember that tire wet? They called it
tire wet with a system bumping, and I'm just sitting there smoking a Black and Mild. I promise you, all of a sudden, I'm not having to work that hard to get somebody's attention and get a phone number. I'm just telling you, the generation we were.
Leg said, yes, women sure do it for attention. She dressed the way she dressed for attention. She know what she wanted attention, what she gonna put on. Thank you for being honest, Leg. So that's Ash admitted she wears short mini skirts. Leg saying she do
back
it
in the day. She said, right?
Wait a second. Jay, why was you wearing? Wait. Jay, why was you wearing fur coats?
Because Jonesy said we should get fur coats, to be honest. Jonesy was like, yo, we should go to this fight in Atlantic City.
But why?
We go be in the front row. We should get fur coats. It was all Miss Jones's fault. I wasn't in the fur coats. I swear I wasn't.
Why'd you wear them around me?
He kept going though. He was wearing the fight.
It was probably cold that day. It was probably cold, or we was going somewhere fancy. It might, because Jonesy opened up that can of worms. To be honest,
explain to me why we spent so much money at one certain jewelry spot. Why was you wearing all the jewelry?
Well, you liked it for us. I liked it for me. We liked the jewelry. You used to have it. You wanted it for you.
Yeah.
It wasn't to attract.
I don't have any problem. I don't even. It wasn't.
It did get attention. The jury, to a certain.
Hey, if we're gonna have this conversation, because I gotta be honest. You gotta be honest. You were wearing that because women were looking at the jewelry around the neck.
With this one.
I did have a big J. I used to have the J. How the chicken again? I used to have the J. Hey, girl, want to put it on? How the chicken again? And wear my chain. That was just a song. It was popular.
Yeah. Well, you admitted what I admitted. You already admitted. No.
Yeah. No, the chain was funny. The chain. No, I did it for me though, because
you didn't do it for you. You did it for how it made you feel, the way other people made you feel when you had the chain on.
I'm messing with the people right now. Don't lose focus. I
just want to say a special thank you to Ms. Bush for asking about my mom. She's doing okay. Thanks. Prayers again, legs. Prayers again.
Yes.
Prayers
get your husband. Shut up. No, I'm.
got the hottest trick in the game. Wearing my chain.
You remember that? It was a phase. It was a phase that everybody went through.
Yeah, got it.
God, Curtis still going. Mike King.
Curtis writing today. Well, Curtis writing his own Bible.
Yeah, because I spent $500. I spent $500 on throwback jerseys. I spent $500 on throwback jerseys and a chain to dangle over the throwback jersey because I wanted dudes to be like, "Yo, you're dope." Yeah, that's why I did it.
You was trying to attract women, possibly. You knew that was part of the allure of women. But you know, at the same time, we didn't need to have any jury on.
No.
We didn't need any of it.
Yeah, yes, we did. And All-Star Weekend, yes, we did. Yes, we did.
It's an All-Star Weekend.
When I was in Atlanta,
everybody was glowed up.
When I was in Atlanta hosting the Rockefeller party, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I got a rental just for the weekend. I was whipping around. Yeah,
I did.
Level up a little bit.
It won't be disrespected. No, with the females human. Miss Clark, why do you always get into? It's the point of the attention. You are such a woman. It's the point of the attention. It's not I get it's an object, but the object is being used just like the clothes are being used. Clothes are objects.
Comparing the clothes to the cars, not
that's
the
the usage of it to get the attention. All right, before I go,
you got her attention. You had to see okay with that bug-eyed Ben. She was there. She was there front and center. Like, where you at? What's up? What's going on tonight? That was LaShawn. Don't have either one of them. That was hook, line, and sinker for her.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I got one. Here goes LaShawn. Here she comes. Hey.
Y'all ain't never complain about. Y'all ain't never complain about my drinking or womanizing. Y'all never complain that. Y'all never
heard that one. I like your car.
I like
the damn J chain. I put that chain around Lady Q. I woke up with my chain. She had it still on. She still had it.
I gotta get to work.
I thought she was gonna steal it, but I woke up drunk.
No, she got too. She fell for the bait too. She fell for the bait too. Look, happily married.
Put my chain on. You and me.
All right, I gotta get out of here. Listen, shout to DJ Super. DJ Super just had a dope Zoom meeting. DJ Super made an announcement. My syndicated show is getting picked up on one of the biggest urban stations in Johannesburg, South Africa. Congratulations to DJ Super. That is amazing. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be. I can never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, anything, any circumstance take it from you because God got me, God got you, God got us. That's how we snag Lady Q. Exactly. You know what it is. We was getting attention just like y'all.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also